Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
I like making everybody wait a second just to see if I'm here, holding their collective breaths.
I mean, you barely even made him wait.
I made him wait a second. I didn't want to wait anymore.
Like, it was a reasonable amount of time. Nobody was like, oh, what's going on? It was like, yeah, this is, at least he's not rushing in.
No, but I always like to rush in.
I know, and let them know. Hey, we're here. Don't turn the channel.
Don't go anywhere.
We're just both desperate.
Don't go anywhere, guys.
Yeah. You know, our style, we do a more of a desperation-based style where we're always afraid that you're going to find something better.
Sure, which is not hard if you just move your ears to the left a little.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Do you know, before we get started, and we have a lot to talk about today, I almost... You know, I was away. I was in L.A. I left, last Wednesday. I taped Moshe Kasher's show.
Yes.
And when I was out there, I woke up in the morning, and I saw these Chris Cornell tweets. And I literally thought that he had stopped in the studio. Because somebody had tweeted, like, oh, I'm just waiting for Jim to say, like, he doesn't know who Chris Cornell is or he's never heard of Soundgarden. So I'm like, oh, maybe Chris was in the building and he just stopped.
Oh, man. Did Sam get Chris Cornell while I was gone?
Well, I figured he was just silent. I didn't care. I figured he was just here and just kind of came in or maybe Roland dragged him in. So I almost tweeted something about him being in the show. I'm glad I didn't. I just thought how stupid I would have looked.
Oh, I would have loved it.
If I would have been like, hey, so Chris came in? How was Cornell today? Or did he come in? I really almost asked if he came in.
On Twitter?
Just figure.
Even if you had texted me, you might as well have tweeted it, because I would have told everybody if you had texted that to me.
Yeah, and I didn't know he died for a few hours. I read a few tweets, but they were at my mentioned, so I didn't.
Right. You're not going to sit there and do any research behind it.
Well, why would I? I mean, someone just mentioned Chris Cornell. I mean, I wake up to weird shit every morning. That was one of the more normal things I've woken up to, so just mentioning Chris Cornell.
Yeah, I guess so.
So then I just went down to breakfast and read the newspaper, and
it wasn't because it
wasn't in the paper yet,
right? Because news broke at like 5 o'clock in the morning, right, East Coast time. So I guess it wouldn't have been in the papers yet.
I don't think it was. I know I stayed at a hotel where the sheets were a little itchy.
That was the bigger news of the...
Much
you
bigger.
guys in the paper?
Very news. I literally...
Jimmy's itchy.
I'm the worst. I really am not. I'm not a prima donna. I swear to you, when I lay in a hotel, I can feel when they use certain starches and stuff. I'm not kidding. I touch the sheet and it feels furry.
You don't sound like a prima donna, so don't worry about that.
No, I hope not. I just can't.
You don't.
It's not about wanting something better. I'll actually take something cheaper if they don't use starch.
Right.
It drives me crazy, though.
You just like a nice soft sheet.
Yeah, I feel like I'm itchy.
Right.
I'll take it for cheaper.
What's that?
Right. So if somebody came in and undercut the competition and gave you a cheaper sheet, as long as it wasn't starchy, you'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't care if it's cheaper or more. I just want a soft sheet to sleep on.
Plus, you sleep in the nude, so it's like even worse.
How do you know?
You tell us every chance you get.
That's not how you know.
Yeah, but you knew before.
You knew before. I gave you a quote reason.
So you woke up nude in starchy sheets, reading tweets about Chris Cornell.
Yeah,
just assuming that he was in studio because you didn't know.
I wasn't even nude. I had to sleep with my T-shirt on.
Why? Because it was that bad?
Oh, yeah. I've had to sleep with a hoodie on. I've had to sleep with a hoodie on on a pillow.
This is psychosis at this point.
No, it's not. I'm telling you, this is how crazy I am not. I can when I talk to Kenny, and I'll say, like, this hotel is like, are they owned? I know which company owns them, because one company or whatever uses a certain kind of I won't stay in W's, I won't stay in the weather. They're going to put me on the W. I said no.
You'd have a really tough time with SEAL training.
Yeah, I think of that all the time. I like to be comfortable.
Men, we're going to sleep in starched sheets tonight.
Oh, no.
Hey, we have to be ready for anything on the battlefield.
And I tell them I can't run that far because my apnea makes me tucker out. I can't do it, Sarge. I'm tired. I'm not getting REM sleep.
You don't understand. I'm an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Like, I have different needs than some of the other people. My skin's a bit more sensitive. And I have sleep apnea. So if that could be maybe considered before orders are given, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
I literally can't do it. There's been times we were on the road, and I've told this before, but I've literally left a 5-star resort to go to a Holiday Inn Express or a Courtyard Marriott. Which, to me, I could sleep in a Courtyard Marriott or a Holiday Inn. Fucking... The minute my head hits the pillow, I'm out. I get better rest in a Courtyard Marriott than anywhere on the planet.
I was about to ask you, you know that Courtyard Marriott sheets across the chain are good sheets.
I think anything Marriott I'll use.
Okay.
Because I think like whatever, excuse me, whatever they use to clean their sheets, whatever starcher or, whatever, a company will probably use the same stuff throughout the company.
Sure. I mean, it'd be cheaper to buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I can usually tell. So I think that Marriott company, I can sleep. I know I sound crazy.
Do you get anxiety before you go to hotels? I feel like because I sometimes will look forward to, okay, especially now it's like a quiet night, like I'll get to a hotel room, nobody's going to be there to bother me, like I'll count the hours. I have 12 hours or something if I get in at night.
Because you don't have the baby to worry about,
right?
No
baby,
own space,
no wife, no anybody, and I've got 12 hours before my next thing, so I can lock myself in the hotel room. I'm going to call for room service, and I know that I'll be able to sleep. I'll be able to do.
Do you just do that when you just sit in the hotel room and get a good night's sleep?
Generally, yeah. I don't really. Sometimes I'll walk around a little bit, but I like. Yeah, I make my hotel room like a den. I don't ever have any maid service come. We could be staying.
No, me neither. Me neither.
We could be staying a week. No maid service is coming in. None of that stuff. It's just like I make it my space, and I feel like if I had that thing where I honestly couldn't sleep, depending on starches of the sheets. Like if I knew that there's a possibility that this might be a shitty starchy sheet. I'm going to have to sleep in a hoodie. I'm going to have to sleep in a T-shirt. I would have anxiety. I couldn't look forward to the stay.
Well, that's why Kenny has been so helpful in life because he finds out like who owns the hotel. It's like
It was so funny when we used to be in the hallway, and I'm sure Travis and Troy have both seen it too. Like Kenny used to book your hotels while the show was on in the hall.
Sure.
And we could hear the requests that were going out. And are the pillows feather pillows? Do you have feather pillows? I'm sorry then, thank you. Move on to the next thing. Like he had your list memorized.
I just had to be a certain thing where I can't, and the feather pillows. I can't sleep. I'm a bad sleeper in my own bed where everything is the way I want it.
Stephanie Pony on Twitter just tweeted at Jim and Sam Show, the princess and the pea. That's who you are. You're the princess and the pea. Sweet Jim can find the little pea underneath all the mattresses.
Dude, I can't sleep.
Sometimes Jim pees on the mattresses.
I can't sleep in a W hotel. I can't sleep in a Westin.
Okay.
I've checked out a Westin. I will not stay. And again, they're great hotels. W's are fucking great hotels.
It's not a criticism.
I can't. Whatever starch they use, I can almost feel like the sheet's buzzing when I get into them.
You don't think it's just you tripping out?
No, because how do I know when I lay down this is one of those companies? I can feel it. They feel furry almost with starch or whatever they use, and I can feel it like a buzzing on my skin. I cannot
front desk.
fucking do it.
Yes, this is Jim Norton. Yeah, so what do you wash your sheets in? Yes, I'm having some trouble.
They won't know.
Of course they wouldn't know. Why would anybody ask that?
Yeah.
As long as the sheets are washed, who cares? So,
trust me, I don't want to be that way.
If you're in a hotel, you can't sleep on sheets with a certain starch. But if you're at home and you piss all over your sheets, you can sleep in the piss.
Yeah, that doesn't itch. Dolly Parton's book, she talks about... I
Sleeping in their piss?
Yes, she said that they were so poor growing up, and it was so cold, and they had such a shitty house, that if somebody would piss the bed, that would actually warm them up, and they would try to not lift the sheet because it was cold out.
You're not poor, you're rich. And you still sleep in your piss if you have to.
I'm just pointing out. Well, I haven't pissed my bed in a while.
How long, though?
A couple years.
Okay, so that's still like financially, you were all set a couple years ago. You're doing fine. I don't mean for life, but I mean on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Right, like you had indoor climate control.
Oh yeah.
Right. So,
oh boy, do I.
Right.
I love it.
Even a couple years ago, you did.
Sure.
Right. So when you pissed on the bed, it wasn't like, oh, finally I'll have some warmth to go to sleep in. It was like, I'm not going to get up and change this.
That's pretty accurate.
Right, okay. There wasn't this thing, oh, now I gotta put a hoodie on or something to block my skin, because the quirky thing about me is I can't sleep on piss sheets.
Yeah, no.
That's not an issue for you.
No, which is odd. I can't sleep in that.
Right.
I cannot sleep in a Westin or a W, whatever they use in their sheets to make them crisp. Or not even crisp. Stop with crisp sheets.
Right. I want a nice soft sheet.
I want it soft. Whatever the Courtyard uses fucking rules.
Right.
These other 5-star hotels, quote unquote. Stop it.
Quote unquote.
All the Courtyard needs to get some room service.
Self-appointed
Dude, their air conditioners are amazing.
Yeah.
I get those rooms freezing cold.
Yeah.
They always have blackout curtains. They have great like some of these fancy hotels, you close the fucking, anyone who travels a lot knows exactly what I'm talking about, where the lights coming in constantly, or it's a fancy, curtain that doesn't pull all the way across. The Courtyard, these other places, they're clean.
Yeah.
And those sheets, they block all light out. I need 4 pillows. I'll take 2. I'll put them on the floor, and I block all the light out from the sides of the curtains.
So just have these fancy dandy resorts follow suit when it comes to the Courtyard Marriott.
They sell those sheets on Amazon.
The Courtyard Marriott sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not
You should just buy them and then bring them to the hotels that you like.
I'll tell you why I didn't do that.
It's not about the sheets either. It's about how you wash the sheets.
That's exactly it.
You could take a great sheet, put some starch in there, and you're fucked. You are fucked.
I bought a set of sheets one time to bring with me. But the reason I don't do it is because if there's bed bugs in the bed, I'm not packing them up and taking them home.
That's exactly what would happen.
There's no reason for me to do that.
Yeah, but if there's bed bugs in the bed, you've already packed them up.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Excuse us?
Puts nothing on the bed.
Excuse me? Baking powder?
I put nothing on the bed. Even if I got chewed up by bed bugs, I would not be bringing them home. Everything sits in my suitcase or on top of a coffee table.
Where do you put your suitcase?
On top of the luggage thing.
Good
And
for you.
if that's not available,
thing,
nowhere near the bed.
thing.
It goes against the wall.
Or in the bathroom?
No, I don't need to go in the bathroom. If you put it in the on the luggage thing in the living against the wall, you're fine. I mean, bed bugs.
I usually just put my luggage in the hallway.
First thing I do when I get to a hotel room is take my full suitcase, put it in the tub, and fill it with water. That's where I keep everything, just to make sure.
Make sure that nothing damages it.
Just drown everything out. Yeah.
You are over preparing.
Well, I just got to make sure. You're coming with us to Montreal in July, right, Travis Dog?
Of course.
Are you worried about the sheets in the hotel? You'll be okay with it.
Whatever sheets are in that hotel, I'm fine with.
You don't care?
What if there's piss on them?
Well, I mean, that would be a problem.
You call and complain
yeah,
about
I
that?
would probably call.
Could you sleep in a W hotel?
Yeah, of course I could.
Could you sleep in a sleeping bag?
Yes.
Yeah, wherever.
Oh my God.
I could sleep on the couch in there right now.
Right.
You can?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
fall
I could sleep.
asleep
I sleep on the subway every morning.
Yeah, and then in there for 3 hours. Hi-oh! I get jealous of guys who can do that. I talk about it a lot, but I just can't. They flew me out on a nice plane.
What kind of plane?
It was just a big American plane. They gave me a great flight because flights were all booked going out to LA, so it was very last minute. So they gave me a really, I actually told them they didn't have to fly me.
So the
way they did.
The only stuff that was left was the premium options?
There's business, there's first, and then there's core. I told them, look, I'll fly business. I'm fine.
Usually you fly business.
Or first. Contractually, usually you do. It's just for those things.
Sure.
But last minute, it was expensive. And I told my manager, tell me you can fly me business. I'm fine with that. Like, it doesn't have to be first. I really don't. I'm not trying to gouge it. When they fly you out to do something, I don't like to gouge people. It's just shitty.
You just like to be comfortable.
You just want a decent flight. Sure. But it just wasn't even available.
Plus, let's be honest. A man in your position can't be seen flying coach.
I have.
That's ridiculous.
I've done it.
When was the last time you flew coach?
Probably last year.
Okay, so since you've pissed the bed, you flew coach.
I have, yeah.
Wow.
I have, and if you fly JetBlue, unless you're going to LA, there's no first class.
That's right.
So I've flown coach to LA when I had a fucking Arizona gig, and it was giant rainstorms, and all these Delta flights got canceled. The only flight I could get on was a Delta flight it wouldn't even go to Phoenix. It was going from New York to LA, and then Kelsey had to meet me. We had to drive 6 hours.
Wow.
From there to the gig.
Just to make the gig.
Just to make the gig.
Would you, Troy, are you worried at all? Because you're coming to Montreal in July too, right? Yeah. Are you worried at all about the starches in the sheets?
Not at all.
You're not?
No, but I understand where Jim has to spend a lot of time in hotels.
That's true. That's true.
So, I understand how you'd kind of go, you know what, I prefer this over this. I mean, I don't really spend a lot of time in hotels.
I can't, and it's not a matter of luxury because I'll take a lesser hotel that I can just sleep in.
It's just the starches in the sheet.
Oh my God. Why? And the pillows. Why do they fucking do that? Who wants a starched pillow? Or this high grade stuff? Whatever the W hotels use. Mm-hmm. Again, you have great hotels everywhere except that. Whatever you're using in your sheets sucks. And in the Westins, cut it out.
Right.
Stop.
Everything that starts with a W.
Call the fuck or an upside down W. Oh, Weston is a regular W. I'm tired.
Why'd you say
I was thinking Marriott, but Marriott's
the Meston?
no, I was thinking that it's Marriott.
Technically, Weston starts with a W. With an M. What?
I didn't sleep last night at all.
0?
Yeah, and you might be able to guess why. No, because of something I had after the show.
Okay, so last night I can already. If it's what I think it is, then goddamn, your weak system. Last night we go see Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, he was great.
He was really, really good. I mean, it's amazing watching him do those shows that he hasn't been doing stand-up all his life. You know what I mean? As a stand-up, because he was really good the last time I saw him, which was the last tour he did, which was 5-7 years ago, whatever he said it was. And this time, it was like a stand-up that had been doing it for years and years and years. It was really, really good.
Here's what's amazing about him when you watch him, besides the thing that he wears that little headset.
The Britney mic.
And which is great. I actually thought like that looks really fun to perform that way.
Right.
But he's probably the most natural guy performing stand-up I've ever seen. Like literally, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
The comfort level. And if he's nervous, he just hides it well.
Yeah.
But it's an extremely comfortable way of performing and chatting. It's really great.
He's just being Ricky. Like the same guy that's on the radio with us is the same guy that's on stage, and it's really, really good. And
it was much
remarkable.
darker than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like much fucking darker.
There is a fantastic crib death joke in there.
Yeah.
It was really
a lot of them.
Really good.
Yeah. I'm thinking, watching him, like, this guy has, no one on that level of success who has that much. Like, and Chris Rock's a pure stand, but Ricky's got, like, Golden Globes gigs and others.
Yes.
And no one doing those gigs is doing that kind of material. They're just not.
Especially when you don't have to, because you're not a stand-up.
Yeah.
You do not have to do that material.
You don't have to.
And you could easily just get by. There are famous people that decide to do stand-up that are just kind of obviously getting by on the fact that they can sell tickets because they're a famous person.
Yeah.
And he could do that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, which is remarkable. But so he was gracious enough to.
My seat sucked.
What do you mean your seat sucked?
I just wasn't happy with the seats.
We were in the 5th row.
3rd row.
Oh, was it the 3rd row?
Yeah.
So what was wrong with the 3rd row? Did you just want it brought up that you were in the 3rd row?
Yep.
You're 48 and you're bragging about your seats.
No, it was really, he's a gracious maybe thing. But it's amazing. I got there
really
nice.
well.
Yeah, I got there nice and early too. Some assholes. I literally, as Ricky goes on stage, these fucking dumb couple bumbles in front of me. I'm like, what are they doing?
Well, apparently it wasn't a Def Jam comedy show. It was a very white comedy show, because let me tell you something. Ricky is punctual when he gets up on stage.
Yeah. Who's his opener? Oh, you didn't see him.
I didn't.
Oh, I forgot his name.
Was there an opener?
He was funny, yeah,
I had no idea.
He was really good. I apologize for not remembering his name.
It must have been a quick opener.
It did maybe 10 minutes. He went on like 9:02, or 8:02, 8:03. Did literally. I thought Ricky. I thought he did. I didn't think he did enough time, and then I realized he did like an hour and 20. I'm like,
it went really
shit.
Quick.
I can't believe he did that much time. Like it really did go fast.
Yeah, Jess and I got there about 8:15. We planned on getting there earlier, but it's very complicated to travel now.
I understand.
I'll explain once I figure out why you're up all night. I'll explain the travel and why going forward it may be the end of couples activities. I love going places with Jess, but it may be the end of couples activities for a couple of years. But.
She's starting to ask questions while you're stopping in so many men's rooms.
Right. Why would you have to go to the bathroom again? I have to pee again. Just let me go. But he was gracious enough. First, he hooked us up crazy with these seats, but he was gracious enough to also invite us to his dressing room after the show. And so we were hanging out back there. And
you didn't know what those little red headbands were you? The wristbands.
I didn't. You don't want to assume. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this is.
I made a mistake. I went back before. Started knocking on the door.
Did you?
But for after.
No.
I'm like, oh.
Because, you know why? Because they're like, nobody who gets those wristbands shows up 40 minutes before the show.
That's true.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're on the, guest list of, we'll maybe have, a dozen people in the dressing room. It's a very small, it's not like when Russell Peters does a show, like when we saw him at Radio City. he did this big after party. I don't even know if you went.
I did.
Right.
Melly Mel. I met Melly Mel there.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And Eric B.
But that was like a big after party. Like, it was a big room and blah, blah, blah. This was very intimate, like literally hanging out in Ricky's dressing room.
I didn't go before. I was just kidding.
Oh,
I was
really?
just being hilarious.
Oh, it was funny.
Oh, come on, man. I thought fucking bing boom.
It was fun.
It was the theater at Madison Square Garden, which is almost 6,000 seats,
right.
which is, it literally, it looks like a 2,000 seat theater. Mm-hmm. The way they have that set up is fucking beautiful. I can't believe that many people fit in that room. It's a perfect room.
Right, right. And it doesn't feel like everybody's on top of each other.
No, it's
overcrowded
great.
at all.
It's great.
But I saw, he asked us to, he said, help yourselves to snacks and stuff. And I saw Jim, we had to leave a little before everybody else left, but, Jim was munching away on salty treats.
I literally...
The entire time. It was like, Jim gives himself permission to snack, and he snacks.
Sometimes I do, but you see what Ricky had these like potato chips and fucking Doritos and stuff like that. Oh, speaking of which.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, he's just writing something down.
To remind myself.
Yeah.
To plug a certain idiot's podcast is up today. I literally just said chips and then reminded myself that Chips' new podcast is up. The Clown Clownerson episode. Go yay. So he's like, yeah, you can help yourself. And all he had to eat was a bunch of like bowls of potato chips and Doritos, and they were really good. And like it's not sweet. It's like sweet potato chips and like
yeah, it was like those like the Terra chips, that are made from different types of potatoes, like the blue and the red and the yellow. And I saw Jim on more than one occasion with a full napkin of chips.
Dude, by the way.
Nobody else in the room eating chips.
No one else. And I was so bad. Because Ricky, like, help yourself. And I'm comfortable in someone's dressing room. Because in my dressing rooms, I don't give a fuck if someone's a Diet Coke and some, like, I'm happy if someone's eating that shit. You're not going to throw it out.
Right.
I never care if I have a dressing room. And like, after the show, if he's sitting there just drinking a wine, and I was so fucking hungry because I hadn't eaten dinner.
Yeah.
And I get in there and I see Ricky. I didn't even realize Jane, his girlfriend, was with him until I was 6 handfuls into my chips. I'm like, oh, hi. I literally, he's like, help yourself. And I just scooped out. I was so loud because he was just talking to a few people.
Yeah.
I had the scooper. It was like...
Jim had his plan too. Like as soon as we got in, and Ricky was like, "Oh, help yourself to something." Jim probably said snacks 5 times before he actually went over to the chips. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have some snacks. Yeah, I'm gonna have some of these. Yep, I'm gonna have some chips. I'm gonna have some snacks. Yep."
I couldn't. I live. This is what a fucking. This is why I gotta be careful. Because I put a few pounds on. I gotta make sure to no more. Stop the bleeding.
See.
Yeah, no, I only can if you have eyes.
Right.
Can you really? Mm-hmm. Oh no. But no, I want to stop. So I've been really aware of like lately just catching myself. But going back in his dressing room, I'm like, I know he's going to have some good shit. I was
thinking about it already.
Dude, I've been more than seeing Ricky. I was looking forward to fucking whatever snacks he had.
You looked at your will call envelope. You saw the little red wristband, and you were like, "Ooh, a chips wristband.
There's something there.
Snacks.
I'm going to get some free snacks." So I went into his. I didn't think we were going to go right into his dressing room. I figured there was going to be like a little green room area. That, you greet you have people, but he was very. I walked past the opener's dressing room again. I can't remember his name. He was funny. Said hello, and then we went in, and Ricky and his. I guess he had some family back there or whatever. Mm-hmm. And his assistant, who's a really nice dude. And I had that. I took a Diet Coke.
That's what I noticed. The Diet Coke too. He had a can of Diet Coke and 10
o'clock at night.
Several handfuls of chips.
I'm not kidding when I tell you, I probably, after a while, I stopped even scooping them because I was embarrassed by the noise they were making. I was embarrassed by the scooping noise. And I literally just started digging my fucking bare, dirty hands into his chip bowl.
I did. I looked around first of all, Jim had positioned himself in a chair right next to where the chips were. And I was looking around the room at one point, and I was just standing there, chatting or whatever, and everybody else was just sitting around in a circle, and everybody was just having a good time and talking. No one had snacks in their hand except for Jim.
If he would have said to me...
And the snacks that were in his hand, they kept refilling, I know.
Dude, if he would have said to me, just hold the bowl in your hand, no one cares. And everyone would have like, yeah, we're not eating them. I literally would have sat there with the bowl in my hand and eaten them. I was such a fucking pig in his dress. The only reason I didn't start eating fruit was because the sugar would have kept me up. I wanted to start eating his fruit.
So did the Diet Coke, drinking a Diet Coke, did it keep
the caffeine and that at 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night? He didn't get off stage till 9:40. Dude, I was wide awake. It was literally 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm looking at my fucking clock.
You are what?
My system is I have a very refined system.
You're just such a precious boy.
I am a precious boy.
I don't know if refined is the way to...
No, Travis, no, wrong.
You're female? I don't know.
Yeah. You're ladylike.
Yeah.
You're precious. You can't sleep if the sheets are too starchy.
Yeah.
You can't have a can. I drank a Snapple when I got home. It was like midnight by the time I got home. I drank a Snapple and just went to bed.
Can't do it.
It really wasn't. And Snapple is not only full of caffeine, it's got sugar, it's got everything in it that would keep you up.
It's all that stuff.
Well, it's the best stuff on earth.
Right.
Yeah.
When is his next show in there in the October?
October, yeah.
The tickets are on sale for it, I guess.
Are you trying to get there so you can get some snacks?
I literally want to go back just to raid his dumb fucking dressing room. This show is so good.
I'm going to diet all summer. So Ricky may invite
because
me
Ricky's going to maybe invite me back
and
in.
he's always got chips.
I hope he goes again and everyone but Jim has a little red band. They're like, nah, he took too many chips.
If you can go see him on this tour, and he's sold out everywhere except New York, and he's the additional New York show for October and LA for October.
Is he shooting it?
I'm going to get he should. He's an idiot if he
Really
doesn't.
great.
It was so fucking good, man. It was. What
do you think was better, the jokes or the snacks?
They
What
were
did you
on par
enjoy
with
more?
each other. After the show, I was like, there's no way the snacks are going to be as good as the show. Like, he really made me laugh, dude. Like, it wasn't like, oh, like, whenever you're watching somebody you know, it's always awkward. Like, all right.
Plus, you don't really go to stand-up shows.
Never.
Right.
And I went with my buddy Matthew, who, I told him, he's like, how long's the show? I'm like, it'll probably be an hour, I'm going to guess. I can never sit longer. I had no idea it was an hour and a half show. I'm not rambling about it for no reason. It was a great fucking comedy show.
No, it was really, really, really good.
And he made me laugh. It was very dark.
He made you laugh?
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's easy to say that, but when I'm in a dark audience and I'm like I'm really laughing when things are really hitting me.
It's a dark audience, meaning nobody's looking at you. You're under no obligation to fake laugh.
No, none.
Yeah.
None at all.
Yeah, he really got me a couple times, too.
Yeah.
Like, there were a couple times where I guffawed.
Yeah.
Like...
It was really mean.
It was quite mean.
So it was a fun night. It was good seeing Jess again. But why can't you travel without?
I mean, it took a long time.
Why?
To get out of the house because, like, first of all, we had to leave. I was okay leaving. We had to get out of there because Jess is breastfeeding. So, like, what? Why'd you make that noise?
What noise?
I heard it. Was there an audible, like, grunt?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought. Okay.
No, there was.
Boy, there was not.
I thought so. Was
I
it?
can go back.
Please go back because I think you're wrong. You're hearing something wrong.
Was it a tech thing? Was it room set? It looked like it came from Jim.
No, that was definitely Jim.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, I want to hear.
Yeah.
I want to hear that because, I mean, it really throws a monkey wrench into the conversation. You know.
I think you're making a mistake.
Am I?
Yeah.
If I am, I will admit.
Apology should be forthcoming.
I will give you an apology because I don't want to paint you as something that you're not.
All right.
Okay. Because Jess is breastfeeding. So okay, that was pretty audible.
So she has to breastfeed before you leave. She's got to feed the baby.
Wait, she has to, not only does she have to breastfeed, but like, literally, first of all, she is as mommed out as anyone ever has been. Like, this is her life calling.
It is.
To the point where Travis's wife was there, and Travis's wife texted me. That's right.
Yeah, who was that basketball player she was with?
She told me she was going with a girlfriend.
No. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the girl.
Yeah.
WNBA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Thanks.
But she was like, you know.
Texting you?
Yeah, don't even worry about it. But no, she was more saying, hey, we're hanging out before the show. Like, are you bringing Jess with you? Because I remember when I first had, you know, our kid, I felt like, you know, I was getting left out of stuff. And it was like a really sweet gesture. And I think a lot of women feel that way when they have this kid and life is going on and they're kind of trapped. But Jess was like, what? No, like she hasn't missed out on anything. Anything we did maybe one thing. I think this is the second time we've gone out without the baby. And the first one was to see Fast and Furious 8. I was like, yeah, because
you can't bring the baby to that.
I wanted to see Fast and Furious 8, and I was like, this would be
baby
like...
hasn't seen the first 7.
It wouldn't get it at all. wouldn't make any sense.
All the questions a baby would have.
Yeah. I'm going to show him I'll show him the DVD set when he gets old enough.
Tokyo Drift?
We'll start with Tokyo Drift. That's, to me, where the series begins.
I hope he hates wrestling.
He's not going to hate wrestling.
He hates it.
I already have him watching it.
Do you?
Yeah. But, and I could, the vibe in the movie theater that I was getting from her, and granted it was also probably in the film choice, was that this was a waste of time and that there was no way that Fast and the Furious 8 was worthy of taking her away from baby time.
Okay.
Like, that's her mentality.
Does she like being around the baby?
She loves being around the baby. He's her favorite person by a mile.
So now let me ask you, so you guys get there. Was it hard for her to leave him?
Well, it was very hard. She was happy to go out. Like, this was not Fast and the Furious 8. This was something where it was
she was like, let me go. Yeah,
and she was excited to see Ricky stand up and everything because she's a fan. And it's we were going to say it's a thing.
Yeah. Like Michael and Kay. We'll get dinner, Kay. We'll go to the city. That was what you and Kay,
right.
like,
we'll have an evening. We didn't have time for dinner though, obviously. But, so we're gonna drop the baby off at my parents' house, and Jess is like, your parents said they would take the dog too, so we don't have to leave him in the crate the whole time. I was like, yeah, sure.
You leave the baby in the crate?
Dog.
Oh.
The dog stays.
I misunderstood you. All right.
Yes.
That's pretty horrible parents.
You see, the dog raises the baby while we're gone, so we put both in the crate, and you know.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. But like, Jess, I don't know.
Is the dog protective of the baby?
Yes, the dog is jealous of the baby, very jealous of the baby, and very protective of the baby too.
Oh, good.
Like, so it's both. But the amount of stuff that we had to take to my parents' house, we had to take 2 cars to go to my parents' house. Jess packed 2 coolers full of breast milk. 2 coolers full. It's literally, she said, no, you know what I want to do? I want to bring all the breast milk that I've pumped, because you can keep breast milk frozen for 5 months. So everything.
In case something happens to her?
No, I mean, in case of, for anybody that doesn't have breasts. Like, if she's gone, if she's at the doctor, and I have to feed the baby, because the baby has to eat every 2 hours or something. So I can make a bottle out of that milk that she leaves. But everything. Oh, why she wanted to bring all the breast milk, 2 coolers worth. I had to go to 7-Eleven, get a styrofoam cooler. And she was like, was that the biggest one that they had? And I was like, what? No, but I thought that this would be a fully fine size. It's a cooler. It's a styrofoam. And she was like, oh, I wish you'd gotten like the really huge beach, you know, a whole bunch of people are going and it's full of beers cooler, like the giant cooler.
For what?
I was like, for what? And she was like, because I'm bringing all the breast milk.
That's insanity.
I was like, what are you doing that for? And she was like, well, because eventually I'm going to have to go back to work, and they're going to need breast milk. So we should bring it. Oh,
okay. So this wasn't just for tonight. It was to leave there.
We should bring it all right now. And I'm like, all right, fine. We'll bring it all right now. But then she also had like 3 other baby bags. So it's 2 coolers, 3 baby bags.
She's turning into a crazy lady.
A baby and a dog. And all of this has to go to my parents' house so that we can go see a show. And like, she's laughing the whole time. I'm like, so that way we could be gone. This is the evening of stuff.
Yeah.
This isn't a road trip.
So she left it there for the, now she's going to go back to work.
We did not carry the breast milk.
Okay, that's not as crazy. You know, that's not as crazy.
She did put a cooler back in the car. I think it was just the empty cooler.
Yeah, okay.
My parents were probably like, I don't need all these coolers in the house. We probably could have brought it over a little more sporadically, or the fact that she pumps breast milk every day.
When does she go back to work?
Next month.
Okay.
The fact that she pumps breast milk every day would lead me to believe that you probably don't need the full, 3 month supply.
Cooler full of titty milk, yeah.
Yeah, cooler full of titty milk was the phrase that I was looking for. But like, it takes forever to pack up all this stuff. And then we get to my parents' house with the 2 coolers full of breast milk, and the baby's sleeping. And Jess hands over the baby and everything to my parents, and she goes, okay, before we go, gotta pump, gotta get some milk that's fresh. And I go, okay, yeah, whatever. And so she goes upstairs and she's pumping, and the baby starts crying. Because the baby's hungry. The baby wakes up, and the baby's hungry, and the baby starts crying. So you gotta feed the baby on time, because if it starts crying and gets itself all worked up, then it gets hysterical, and it's more it's more difficult to feed it. And so that's what happened. While she's pumping, the baby gets hysterical. And now I'm like, okay, like, we're done pumping. Here's a bottle for my mom. The baby's crying, but my parents have the baby. They're equipped to raise the baby. They've raised them before.
Yes.
And I'm like, all right, so we'll go. And Jess is just like, kind of looking at the baby because the baby's crying, and she's like, no, I can't. I'm not going to leave.
She's a good mother.
Yeah.
I can't leave my baby.
She didn't want to leave, and I didn't want to.
Were you happy leaving?
I was okay.
You were okay leaving the crying baby with your parents?
I was okay with it, yeah. 'Cause it would stop crying. I was like, there's nothing wrong with it. If it was an injured baby, I wouldn't want to leave it. But the fact that it was just crying because it was hungry.
Sure.
And there was a 3-month supply of breast milk in the house. I was like, no, I'm okay.
Right.
I'm okay to leave now. We can go.
Plus, I mean, it could just start crying 10 minutes after you leave, and what are you going to do then?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
you just got to go.
So how long did it take her to quiet the little fella down?
It took her, we were probably there another 20 minutes or so.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I would have been out of my mind. What time did you finally
watch?
I really tried not to.
What time did you finally leave?
It was closer to 7 than I wanted it to be.
Okay.
And then, because I knew there'd be traffic and I still had to get gas and do all that. But then so we finally got there after there's traffic and there's gas. Plus, we had to walk to Times Square and take the subway to get there because I'm paying for parking monthly. I'm not going to drive into Manhattan and pay at some other parking lot.
Oh, yeah, you're not a sucker.
No, I'm parking on 48th Street and figuring out how to get to the Garden because 48th Street is already paid for.
48 and 6th?
Something like that.
So how are you going to get to the Garden from there? Did you take the subway?
Yeah, we had to walk to 42nd Street and get on the one train because the 50th Street entrance is closed. But
why?
They close it on the on the weekends or nights.
It was running express over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
But I was excited because Jess wasn't pregnant anymore, so it was the first time we've been out that I could hustle her. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, this is great. We're walking, baby. We're walking. So we got there and everything, and then as we're getting ready to go to Ricky's dressing room, she didn't really know. Like, she had a great time at the show. And then we start walking to Ricky's dressing room, and she's like, are we going backstage? I was like, yeah, we're going to, of course, say thanks to Ricky, congratulate him on a great show, hang out with him a little bit. And she's a fan. So this is exciting. And, she considers it exciting, but at the same time, she's like, we have to go. I'm like, no, Jess, we can stay for a little bit. And and she goes like this, but I have to pump. Because then her boobs start hurting. And she can also start spontaneously milking and stuff. I'm like, Jess.
Do you think she had to pump, or she just wanted to get back to the baby?
Both.
Yeah, okay.
And when she thinks about the baby, she starts milking, so then she has to pump.
Wait. When she thinks about the baby?
Yes.
This starts leaking?
Yep. There are times when you can see it, she'll be wearing a shirt or something, and the baby's crying, and all of a sudden her shirt starts getting wet.
Oh, no.
Because she gets emotional, and when you I don't know how, it's crazy, but when a woman, if she's actively breastfeeding, because the more you feed, the more milk you produce.
Yeah.
And so that's how she's feeding the baby, when she starts to have an emotional reaction to it, when she's like, oh my God, I love this thing. If welling starts coming up in the eyes, milk starts coming out of the breast.
So from the eyes and breast, she's just leaking all over the place?
Yeah. And I go,
how much do you love these wrestling gigs you get to go away for?
And so we're walking towards the backstage, and she's like, Sam, I have to pump. And I'm like, and she's like, I'm going to start, she's like, Ricky's going to make me laugh, and then I'm going to start leaking. And I'm like, just leave your jacket on. Everything will be fine.
Or just tell him you're leaking.
Right. So I think that's charming. That's cute. But we ended up, that's why, so we stayed for a little while, and I was happy that we left when we did, because I also don't want to be it's real easy to slip into that hanger-oner vibe. It's one thing when you're there, because he's talking to you as a comedian, and you guys have this camaraderie thing. But for me, it's
no, you're welcome. He likes you a lot.
I know he likes me, and I know that I'm your co-host, and he does the show and everything. But I don't need this. That's in my head. I don't need to stay longer than the conversation lasts.
Plus, Jim wasn't talking. His mouth is full.
Jim, yeah. I got to talk. Yeah, and Ricky and I, we talked about some documentaries we'd seen and stuff like that, and that was all good. And I thought I left it a good time.
I don't think I stayed too long. I went up walking him and Jane to the car. With a bag of chips.
Yeah, exactly. But as soon as we got in the car, Jess pulled out. She was like, "Luckily, I brought my hand pump," and she pulled out her hand pump, and she was pumping. She was breast pumping as we're driving down the West Side Highway. is the damnedest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's understandable.
But
she should have done in the bathroom in Ricky's dressing room.
I told her, I was like, well, you can go to the bathroom and pump.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know, I've never done that before. I was like, or just, just squeeze them out into the toilet. I don't know how they work, but
no, because that'll be wasted. She probably doesn't want to waste them.
She calls it liquid gold. But I'm like, we have a freezer full of it.
That's baby crying stop.
Right.
That's the stuff that stops a kid.
We have tons of it. We have a plethora.
She knows again, there's a little OCD. Maybe she's afraid she's going to run out someday.
She collects it the way I collect wrestling memorabilia.
Oh, yeah, hopefully she'll start storing it on the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's a whole thing now for you to go out.
It's a whole thing, and unless it's something like this was a special thing that Jess actually wanted to go to, but unless it's something she actually really wants to go to, she doesn't want to be out. She wants to be at home
with the little tyke.
With the tyke.
Little Edgar.
Which I think it kind of drives my mom crazy, because I think my mom
wants to see the kid more.
Right.
Sure.
Like when my sister had a kid, my mom was over the house every single day.
Did your mom yell that she didn't want to watch the baby tonight? Yes, last night?
She didn't yell about it. No.
She was happy?
No. Yeah. Yeah. One time, last time we were over there, it was probably for Mother's Day or something, Jess kind of jokingly said the parent thing where she goes like Eli's crying and she's like, okay, we're gonna leave him at Mom's house, and my mom just starts going, yay! Like instead of going along with the, oh no, don't leave the crying baby here, she just instantly starts cheering.
Well, you know what the problem is that I forget what I was going to say about your mom. Oh, one day Jess knows. She knows you guys are going to go back for the baby, and your parents just aren't going to answer the door. They're going to be like, just be quiet. We'll get back tomorrow.
We're going to have to put out an Amber Alert with my mom's license plate on it.
Yeah, and she'll just be in the room quietly hugging the baby. She'll give him back, but she wants to just spend like a few more hours.
Oh, I didn't hear the doorbell. Were you guys outside? I didn't hear you. I thought maybe you had decided to stay out a little longer, which is no problem.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
If you said like, we're not getting back for another couple hours, would you be okay with that?
Oh yeah. If we had been like, oh Mom, it's late, I think we're just going to crash and maybe, to pick him up tomorrow. Pick up the baby tomorrow. That's no problem.
Do you think she has like little on his little chest and his little arms?
Probably. Is that what you would do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hold babies' hands. I just shake their little hands.
They like that.
Yeah, babies. When you see a baby, like when you're hugging a baby, you're like, yeah, I get it. Like I understand why this would be an awesome thing to have.
But it was like,
it just scares me.
It's like just driving to my parents' house.
Don't you panic all the time?
No.
I'd be panic stricken.
No. I mean, you would,
right?
Oh yeah.
You gotta find a good partner. That's the trick, because I don't think any of us in this room, Travis included, who's got a kid, are equipped to just raise a child. If I were doing this on my own, it'd be a fucking shit show.
Travis' dog was invited last night too, but I was gonna bring Travis as my +1.
Were you?
Yeah, if he couldn't get a ticket, but he was watching his daughter.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. You can't just give her a video game? She's not old enough for that yet?
No, the dog, he's dying, so.
Oh, yeah, you're like.
Can't watch her.
The dog. Yeah. No. Your house is on fire. What happened to the dog died? I didn't know what else to do, so I lit the house on fire. What do you?
She's probably fine by herself. We leave her alone all the time.
You do?
No.
She's actually a latchkey kid.
Yeah. Do you have someone you trust to babysit?
Yeah, I mean, she'll just like go to friends' houses, or we have.
Your mom wouldn't want to do it?
Nope.
Or you don't
actually haven't asked her.
Yeah, okay.
For all I know, she would be totally fine with that.
Do you have to load up 2 cars worth of stuff when they're older?
No.
You don't have to do that.
No, you know what you do when they're older?
What?
You say, you pack a bag, and if you forget anything, well, that's your fault.
Right. Personal responsibility.
Yeah.
Instead of caravanning with 1 car with a baby seat and 2 coolers and 3 baby bags, and the other with me and a giant labradoodle.
It is a thing, though. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
he gets it.
He gets it.
He gets it. He's pumping.
He's frustrated.
And it wasn't even like, I told Jess after Fast and the Furious, I'm like, Jess, I understand. With Fast and the Furious 8, if I come to you and say I want to see one of these movies and you don't want to see it, you can just tell me to go by myself.
Sure.
And there was no sort of like, oh, I don't want that to happen, or don't you think it'd be better? She was like, really? Oh, great! Like,
would you be okay seeing the movie by yourself?
I'm going to take advantage of that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, you ought to start bringing female friends with you. Then we'll see who flies the plane right at home.
I don't think
Guy friends who give terrible advice who aren't married.
Exactly. She wouldn't
go for that.
No. She wouldn't go for that. She wouldn't go for it at all. But
it was good seeing you both. I was happy that you both made it.
Yeah,
she was very cute. Jess came in like a few minutes later. Sam came in first. I'm like, where's Jess? Maybe she. And then 5 minutes later, she comes in with the popcorn and the treats.
She came in with the snacks. Yeah. I go like okay, because I knew it was late and she was hungry. And I was like, Jess,
why didn't she have any chips in the dressing room?
We got snacks out there. We weren't sitting there amping up for the big dressing room snacks.
I swear to God, I actually had this thought in my head. I hope he has cheese back there.
You were really thinking about the dressing room snacks.
A lot.
Your thoughts are so just on the opposite ends of the spectrum of each other. Like the sexual deviancy, and I hope he has cheese.
Yeah.
They all tie in together in the end, though.
Just that they're both there. He's got a woman shitting on his chest and feeding him Kraft singles.
First of all, I don't like Kraft singles.
Of course not. Of course not. You enjoy the finer things.
Yes, I do.
Kraft singles. Wait, Kraft singles?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I would not go for Kraft singles. I don't want to peel fucking plastic off my cheese.
You like crap singles?
I certainly don't. Salty language.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't be more opposite ends. He just likes his little things. And I don't think anybody, that would be the last thing anybody thought about. The fact that, we're going to go backstage after this. That's amazing. Yeah, because of the cheese? What? Because of the cheese?
Well, after a while, after having, talked to Ricky we've been interviewing him probably for almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe I still remember the first time he came on the show at the old XM. I can't believe it's been almost 9 or 10 years.
Yeah.
But you get a certain comfort level with somebody.
Right. He's
and I know he likes coming in. Yeah, he is a buddy. Did I tell you I texted Ozzy?
You texted Ozzy?
I did, yes. I sent my second Ozzy Osbourne text.
Okay, the first one, what did the first one say again? I remember the response. But what was the
I just think it was like, hey, I'm going to be in LA.
Right. Because if I remember correctly, the first one was
something like that. It was back in it was December.
And I get that text. I've sent that text before. The guy who I can't believe I have his phone number because he's my hero. Yeah. Let me just test this out, because this is a legitimate text. It's not fanboy. It's not, there's a reason for
being. Sure, there's a real reason.
And I believe, if I remember correctly, the response was an emoji of a tumbleweed. Yeah, there was a big nothing.
There was a big nothing on the first one.
On the first one.
On the first one.
Okay. So that's December. We're now 6 months later, just about.
Yeah.
You decide to text Ozzy again?
Yeah. That's not bad, by the way. If you would have told 13-year-old Jimmy Norton, someday you'll have Ozzy Osbourne's cell number, and you will literally wait, you'll text him twice in 5 or 6 months, I would have been very, very impressed.
Well, 13-year-old Jimmy Norton would have wanted to get drunk and just profess his love for Ozzy.
And cry in front of him.
Ozzy, you don't understand. I love you, man.
Yeah.
I really do.
I don't like the fucking mashup. 13-year-old Jimmy would have hated the mashup that adult Jimmy likes. But yeah, I did send a text.
What did the text say?
I think his phone is broken. I was just like, hey, I'm going to be in L.A.
Oh, because you were going back to L.A. So you were like, okay. No, you've taken a few trips to L.A.
Oh, no. Travis's face.
I think his phone is broken.
Yeah, I caught that.
Does he have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay, so did it say delivered?
I don't have I don't know. I just
check it out.
Well, if he has an iPhone, then it would say delivered.
Yeah, even if he doesn't have read receipts on.
Yeah.
If it's blue and gray, then it's an iPhone, and it will say delivered or not delivered. If the phone is broken, it would say it's not delivered because they can't deliver.
Oh, what's it mean if you send it and it's let me see here.
What does it say there?
Error 404?
Yeah, that's an HTML error. Yeah. That happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm. No.
What does it say?
Delivered.
You know what that means?
Yep.
The text went through.
Yeah, that phone is in working order.
Yeah, the phone is just fine.
I just realized, too, that the red receipts are on, too.
Oh, no.
No.
And the first one.
Yeah?
It was actually December 29th.
Okay.
And it turns out it was red.
Oh, that's terrible news.
Yeah. And it was read on December 29th.
What about the one you sent this weekend?
What's that? Delivered.
Maybe he turned it. Maybe here's what happened. He opened Jim's text on December 29th, and then he turned his read receipts off.
Yep, because you could do them by person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was and that's why that just says delivered. That was also read day of.
Or.
Who gave you his phone number?
Sharon.
He's probably so fucking pissed at her.
Well, no, I didn't. He's probably like, what is this guy texting me?
Oh, Ozzy.
Oh, he's harmless. So I got the, no,
I'm
he
not gonna
probably,
fucking text him back.
he might have blocked me.
No.
And he might have.
I think it comes up
No.
green if you're blocked.
It doesn't.
Oh.
I don't think.
Would it be more effective to text Sharon?
Yeah, but
Well, no,
he wants to text Ozzy.
I
It's
don't
not
want to
about
text Sharon to hang out. It feels almost like I'm trying to hang out with her kid.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sharon, texted Ozzy. Not sure if he got it. Let me know.
Is Ozzy busy this weekend? Because I'm coming.
Well, no,
to
he
LA.
wasn't in town, I think, so he was with Jack doing stuff.
How would you know?
I saw Twitter.
Did you read the trades?
I saw Twitter.
Because it wasn't texted to you.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you got another one ignored, huh?
Yep.
Third time's a charm is what they say.
Well, we will find out.
When did you do it? Like when you first got to LA?
Might have been the day I was going, whatever. I'm just like, why not?
When did you realize that it was getting put on the pay no mind list?
Before it got sent. Like, you got to try it.
But like, when did you really know there is going to be no response?
When honestly, before I sent the text.
You didn't think
No.
he was going to respond?
No.
Oh,
How many text messages he probably gets?
probably not that many.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
You think so?
Yeah. Sure. If I get a lot,
Yeah.
he gets a lot.
I do want Ozzy to text you back,
Me and you both.
but it's not happening.
That's okay.
It's not. You've gotten so much.
I'm not mad about it. I think
Right.
it's funny.
Right.
It's what I deserve.
It is.
I do deserve to be on the pay no mind list.
It really sets you up. You're like, you've gotten so much. You've made him laugh. You've had conversations with him. If he sees you, he acknowledges you. He knows who
Sure.
you are. There's a whole thing.
Life is great.
And it's like, let's see where we're at. Oh, that's where we're at. Okay.
Yeah.
Not quite on the texting level.
No, I don't take that personally though.
I was
I don't
going
think
to say
Ozzy's a big texter.
that's one theory, but then why would Sharon give you his number if he wasn't a big texter?
It's almost like
Wouldn't she just say he's not a big texter?
when you don't want to deal with somebody.
So you think
Text him.
you think Sharon doesn't want to deal with you anymore? So look, here's Ozzy's number. Stop
Just
texting
text me. Yeah, just text him.
because she knows that Ozzy will just ignore you.
Yeah.
So then
And she knows I won't. She's busy.
they won't have to worry about you anymore.
Yeah, she's got other stuff going on. She has a life to live.
Right.
She doesn't have time for my malarkey.
He's like, he's out here every 3 months. We're not hanging out with him every time he's in L.A.
Yeah. What does he think I'm doing?
This should be like we catch up once every 3 or 4 years. He's texting me every 3 months.
Yeah.
Are you going to text him again next time you go to LA?
It depends on when it is.
I don't think I'd be able to do that.
I probably won't. I won't.
After getting shot down twice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's-
I won't text the third time.
yeah. Fool me twice. Well, you can't fool me again.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good with that. I don't think I will text again.
You're not that good at it. You did it twice already.
But that's not an uncalled for. So I didn't even see the red receipt. But I don't think, to be honest, he may have been in England when I texted. You know.
When he read it?
Yeah, I mean, he read it.
He read it, though.
What's he going to call me back for? If I'm like, I'm in L.A. and
He
he's
can just text you back, say,
Hey, man, I'm in
LA.
England.
sometimes Rogan doesn't text me back for 2 weeks, or I don't even hear back. There's times where my friends won't text me back. It happens.
And there's times when your friends won't text you back. There's also times when Ozzy won't text you back. They're in two separate categories.
Yeah, they are, and for different reasons.
Yeah.
But when you get a lot of text messages, you don't.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'm not upset about it.
No, you shouldn't be. It's funny.
I'm not offended.
But it's the first text message, meaning it's not like if Rogan doesn't get back to you, it's like, oh yeah, it's Jimmy. Like we have a very established relationship. I'll get back to him when I get back to him. You know, he wouldn't take this personally if I don't get back to him right away.
Sure.
With Ozzy, it's like, oh, Jim just texted me for the first time. I need to establish what our relationship is here.
Oh. I don't think he thinks of it.
Here's what, and then he reads it and he goes, I know exactly how I'll establish it. Hit that home button. No reason to read this text anymore. I'm not going to be using my thumbs in this moment.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
too bad.
How do I not see these? He probably hands it to his assistant. How do I not see these?
Oh, no problem, Ozzy. I got you. Block.
Would you laugh if he blocked me?
I would love it. Oh, it would make my day. The only thing, I'd be really happy for you if he responded to your text, but I'd be really, really happy for me if he blocked you. I think that was great.
Yeah, it would kind of serve me right.
It would.
In life.
It would. It's about time a little comeuppance came to Jim Norton.
I've had a lot of comeuppance.
Have you?
Yeah, some of this is actually good stuff on the back end.
Right.
I've never texted Ricky. I got to text Ricky.
Ricky would get back to you, I'm sure.
He's emailed me back.
Yeah.
And we've DM'd, but I don't have his number.
Well, there's a commonality to you two, and there's a mutual admiration. Meaning, I think he is a fan of your work, and he considers you, like, Ricky has a lot of respect for stand-ups because he is a comedian. So it's like, he relates to a lot of you guys.
I feel comfortable, I don't have his... To do the opening of my special, I just asked him directly, And again, he was so nice about it.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do it.
Well, yeah, and plus he, I think he likes your brand of humor. He likes the idea of you pushing, dialogue and language. He likes that. He likes dark.
And he likes coming on the radio show.
Yes.
So I wouldn't feel uncomfortable texting him.
He really enjoys making tranny jokes about you.
He does.
He does. Which I do too. I mean, I think they're fun.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Right.
They're not true, of course.
No. Jokes, they're just jokes.
Yeah, I mean, the sexual part's true, but not the joke part.
Right. Precisely.
So we had a very fun, and just before we go to, we have a few minutes before break, so
yes.
I want to talk about something. But Clownerson is the new podcast. It's went up last night.
I've only seen the thumbnail screen grab of it, and it looks absolutely horrendous. I am not on this one. I am so glad I didn't have to sit through this one.
It was pre-taped, and people noticed there's a couple of quick edits. Here's what we edited out.
Right.
We did edit this one. One thing was a pre-Mother's Day read. It was right before Mother's Day, and I just took out the read because we didn't need it.
Right.
And there was a thing with music where the music was too loud, and Chip didn't have his headphones on, and you literally could not hear. I'll release that part someday as like an extra, but there's nothing to it. You missed a few funny jokes. Chip talking about being a clown, but there's like a 5-minute edit, but it was only for audio reasons. Sorry, I obviously got to it when I was sick. It's still residual. So that's what the edits are, but it was just for audio purposes. It didn't sound good.
Right.
So there's no content we cut out. You missed a very, very brief Steven Singer read before Mother's Day. It was right before we taped, and the audio, it's funny because Chip's thing stinks, but it was frustrating when I was watching it. Like some of the lines were getting lost, and there's a couple of good ones in there I got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did edit one thing one other time too, but very brief for time.
There's a lot of them. Do you think, speaking of sexual things, do you think there's no way Chris Cornell was doing autoerotic?
No, and that was my first thought. They're saying it was suicide. It looks like his girlfriend or his wife, I'm sorry, didn't think. She said at first it wasn't suicide. But then I thought maybe it was autoerotic asphyxiation because they said he had a band on his neck. It was in the bathroom.
So they're saying,
seemed like he was in a good mood.
Which I think was... Not that Robin... it sounds like he killed himself the same way Robin Williams did, because didn't they say Robin Williams hung himself from a doorknob?
No, it might have been. It was a closet doorknob. But it
was a door.
Yeah,
and they said
and it was a kneeling way. Robin did a kneeling way.
They said Chris Cornell did it from a doorknob as well,
which means you kneel and you're not sure.
Door.
And I wish Chris Cornell was here. Again, we only met him a couple times and didn't know him, but I would love to chat about that for a half hour.
Yeah, I
so understand that, and a lot of people do. Where you're testing suicides, you're testing them. You're putting a belt around your neck.
You think that's what the kneeling thing is?
I guarantee you that's what it was. If that's what it was, I guarantee you he had done that before and just not gone through with it. 100%.
And so he was probably not planning on...
No, I mean, it was probably one of those things where he had wanted to do it a bunch.
Right.
And just not had the courage or not been able to pass out. And this time he was able to pass out. That's what my guess is. Because I know other people who have committed suicide like that. And it's when you kick the fucking chair out...
Yeah.
That's a commitment to I'm killing myself now.
Right.
When you...
Now, they said they used... I didn't understand exactly, but he said he used like a carabiner to...
What's that?
It's like it's that clip that they use for mountain climbing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But they said he used that to like block the door.
Yeah, he jammed it in the door.
So that the door couldn't move.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched some videos.
Maybe that's so the door didn't fly open.
From his set that night.
Yeah.
And he definitely did not seem... present.
Really?
Yeah. Now, knowing how great he is live,
right?
He didn't seem like he was there.
And you have no idea, but did it seem like he was not present in the sense that, like, just emotionally he was off, or did it seem like he was on the drugs that is...
No, it seemed like he was on what he was on.
The prescription pills or whatever.
It didn't seem like he was
reaction.
Emotionally not there. It just seemed like he was, like, just, yeah. The side effects that those drugs say that they have, it seemed like he was experiencing that.
Because that's what his wife is saying, that even the suicide, she thinks, was because of side effects of the drugs, the antidepressants that he was on.
I wonder if he, that's what scares me about
one
medication.
of the side effects is suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird, like, but if he blocking the door, I wonder if that was maybe that's how he jammed the thing in there so it wouldn't open. Like maybe that's how he got the thing in there so it would brace enough to hold his weight.
Right.
I don't know how he did it. I'm only guessing. As, you know, a person, so many people have had those thoughts before, and you literally do a dry run, or you do many, many dry runs through it, and you know you're not going to do it deep down. Part of you gets mad at yourself when you don't, and then you feel it, you're like, okay, so I bet you he had done that many times before, and just not.
Then you wonder if he regretted it, like, when he realized, like, you're past the point of no return.
You're not past the point if you're kneeling. And that's why you do it that way, because you can't get past the point of no return, because by the time you're past the point of no return, you're passed out. How can you? You can always
you don't even know.
You can always just do this and pull it off your neck.
Right. Right, I see.
As opposed to kicking that thing out. But you kick that chair out, you're beyond.
So there wouldn't be any moment of like, oh my God, I think I'm going to pass out. I don't think I want to do this.
No, like, what's his name? Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
Built in a failsafe so he couldn't stop himself.
Yes.
But again, he's facing life in prison without that beautiful boy. I get it.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
We should break in a second. I'm going to piss my pants. I'm literally, I feel like somebody, I want to talk about Anthony Weiner.
Well, better than starching your pants.
But I really feel like I'm going to piss my pants.
Yeah, besides that, we should really get into Anthony Weiner. Things aren't going well for him.
No, we will talk about him.
Chickens have come home to roost. Do you want to? Do you want to look real quick at what Chris Cornell looked like during his last set?
Sure. Yeah.
I want to.
A 1 minute clip.
Travis says that he looked
and plus it's like it's a song that you know, so you'll know how it's supposed to sound.
Right. Can you turn it on over there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go on now.
Oh wow.
He's not like on key.
Not at all. And he's not blinking. He's not making eye contact with anybody. He looks fucked up.
Boy, he still sounds good though.
Isn't it amazing?
That bastard could sing it.
Yeah, but that sounds way off. Way off. Even his movements, he looks like he's on drugs. Yeah.
You know, I wonder, like for singers, they have this thing where can they hit the notes they used to hit? Maybe he was going through a mental thing where he's like, I just can't do it anymore. I can't sing the way I want to sing. I mean, again, I don't know.
No, he could still sing.
He could.
Yeah.
That's what, like...
I mean, maybe this show he didn't like. There's times after he might have walked off stage when I fucking am a worthless piece of shit.
Maybe he's on antidepressants that makes it worse.
Sure.
And he hates the show or whatever. I mean, yeah, the fact that, like, he still looks like he did, you know what I mean? Like, he was of all the rock stars from the 90s or whatever, he is the one who still looks, sounds like Chris Cornell.
Eddie Vedder.
There's only one. There's only one. And now he's gone.
The immortal Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder doesn't even hold the same value system that he used to.
All right, let's break. I'm going to whiz.
Chicken Master presents Pearl Jam.
I'm in pain.
All right.
We're going to come back. We have talk about Anthony Weiner. I want to talk about the Times Square.
Yes.
That fucking that douchebag and
fucking made traffic really bad.
Do we have anybody coming in today or no, just us?
No, it's just us.
Word him up, Doc. You like that?
Yeah, no.
Good.
When the children of a city are in danger, its police force asks for help from the one man who knows the ins and outs of the criminal underworld.
We need to find a pedophile who will work against the pedophiles.
Yeah, I'll catch the bad guys.
Detective Paul Hargis.
Detective Hargis, we need you undercover.
Undercover. I'll go undercover, but I gotta have someone with me who attracts them.
Whatever it takes to keep the city safe.
So you want some human bait, is what you're saying?
Sure, a little deputy, put a little badge on you.
No.
Law, order, overt pedophilia.
I'll deputize one and a little badge on you.
Oh, I don't want to know how Paul deputizes people. No.
Quick, get your clothes off. I gotta put them in a bag for evidence.
Not all heroes wear capes or sleep with people in the appropriate age bracket.
Sometimes a child molester is a hero.
Tinkle time is over. More Jim and Sam now.
Oh, I still have that strained feeling of having to piss. I pissed already, but I still feel like that feeling when you hold it too long and it feels like you pull like a little something in there. I get that once in a while.
Maybe you're terribly sick.
It's possible. I'm starting to think that.
Maybe you have prostate issues.
Could be prostate issues.
Maybe, yeah. I hope it's not the big C.
It could be. I bet it is.
Speaking of the big C, Roland, welcome. Thank you for the name. Joe Zimmerman was Ricky's opener, who was funny.
Thank you for putting up with my text too. I always get so anxious about will call that like I probably texted Roland like 5 times over the last week. Like, hey, am I on the list? Hey, am I gonna be fine? Hey, is there one for like? I'm sorry to bother you. I just get.
You're a new father.
Hold on, Roland. You're talking into thin air, my little sweet. Hold on, Muffin.
I figure you're a new father. You have so much other stuff.
That's true too. By the way, is it bad? I've gotten a lot of criticism on Twitter because I keep referring to my child as an it.
No,
that's the pronoun that I was using the entire the entire story that I didn't even realize I was doing.
Well, is it a thing?
It's fine.
It's something, right?
Here's the thing. I don't feel like I can define its gender for it. You know?
Ah, yes.
I'm going to wait until it can learn to speak and explain to me how it identifies.
It's gender fluid.
Maybe it identifies as a wombat. I don't know.
Gender fluid. I love drinking that.
Or you're someone go, how you doing? The wrestling thing, this guy. Oh, Enzo.
What does that have to do with anything?
I know. He likes wrestling, I guess.
It could happen. It could happen.
I thought you were coming in today.
No, I'm leaving in 30 minutes.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Going to do a food court.
You're going to do the food court?
Yes.
Let's do it here.
Why don't you lift your mic up, Roland? Okay.
Where are you doing it? Like, are you doing it at an actual court? Or are you going to the food court, like you're going to the mall?
No, going to do the food court with a special guest.
Oh, nice. Where are you going?
To his place.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying who the special guest is?
No, let's be surprised.
For when? When would we find out who the special guest is?
It's going to air Memorial Day weekend. This weekend.
This weekend?
Yes.
So
nice.
When are you going to announce?
Probably tomorrow, I guess.
Why didn't you just announce today, then?
Yeah, I could announce it today.
Why don't you announce it here on the big morning show?
Okay, I'm going to see Mr. Ricky Gervais.
Hey! That's a huge get for the food court.
That's very good.
Yeah.
So you're going to Ricky Gervais's place here in Manhattan?
Yes.
And you're going to interview him for the food court?
Yeah.
Is it just you doing the interview?
Yeah, just me and Ricky.
That's fucking awesome.
And I brought him some treats.
Can we get...
Did you? What'd you bring him?
I told him about the chocolate brioche that I found, and I called the baker. I went and picked it up. He just made it, and it's all nice and warm.
It's funny. I've not been invited on the food court yet. I would like to. I think, Roland, that you should eventually have Sam and I on the food court. And I do think
I'll bring snacks for you, like I'll bring cheese.
No cheese. I want a snack.
Will you do a pedestrian episode of the food court for me?
Yeah.
I could take you guys to this snack place I know that sells like all the stuff you like.
Sam, are you not a foodie?
Chicken fingers. Oh,
No, I am
Shake
a
Shack
foodie.
is gonna debut their chicken fingers soon.
They're getting chicken fingers at Shake Shack?
Yeah.
I've never eaten in a Shake Shack.
I like Shake Shack. I'm kind of a foodie, because I eat food for sustenance.
Yeah, so chicken fingers are on their way.
That's exciting, though, that Ricky Gervais is kind of a huge get for the food court. Also,
Sure he is. That's a great one. I'm sure he'll probably enjoy talking about food and wine and things he doesn't get to discuss in most shows.
I love everybody on the food court. This isn't a shot at anybody, but and I think Jim is with me, I simply adore the Roland one-on-one interviews. I mean, you remember the Garth Brooks interview?
I do. Yeah, so Ricky.
You think he's gonna be like, when he sees Ricky, he's like, just like my mum?
I watched Roland talking to Ricky last night. And Roland can hold a conversation with anybody. Like, so, watching you, like, I've seen you do it. Like, a lot of times the guests are out there waiting. They have no one to talk to, and Roland will just chat with them.
And Ricky,
he's a good chatter.
Ricky likes Roland. Remember, we went back there. We were back there, and he goes, "Oh, where's Roland?"
Yeah, he asked
me. We were like, "Oh, I think he's coming."
Yeah, I had to go bathroom.
I had to go bathroom.
I had to go to the bathroom. No, they sent me outside. This old guy goes, "It's right out this way." And I was outside. I was like, "Fuck me!" So I go back again. And
so is this the biggest guest the food court's ever had?
Yeah, I would say so.
Garth is bigger.
Well, yeah.
Garth Brooks is Garth Brooks.
This is like a special like event. Garth
At
Brooks
his house. I've never been to Ricky's house.
No, this is.
Can you mention that to him?
Yeah, me too.
I've never been to Ricky's house.
I've never been either.
And I think it's fair. So do you just email with Ricky?
I text.
All right, cool. Ricky and I are going to have to up our fucking friendship game.
Wait, you text with Ricky?
Yes.
Jim doesn't text.
But Jim's a busy guy, though. I mean, he
Jim,
travels.
are you too busy to text with Ricky?
Nope. Never too busy.
For your old pal Rick?
For him to say something like, "Hey, man, thanks for coming last night," and I would write back, "Cheers."
Right. You would write cheers to him?
Yep.
Don't you fucking pandering asshole.
Why? Cheers is good.
You would write cheers. That's what Ricky says.
Oh.
You don't. You probably would write cheers.
I would write cheers.
By the way,
He's very kind. He said, "Are you at the Garden? Everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything's great, thank you."
if Jim texts Ricky,
nice seats.
and
I know, I
Ricky
did
doesn't
get it.
respond, now we know that he does text back.
Yeah.
I got a text from Ricky's assistant.
He probably wouldn't text him back after Jim said cheers. Ricky would be like, "Oh, this pandering fool."
I've never texted with Ricky.
No?
No.
Have you DM'd?
Yeah.
I've crept into the DMs.
We'll work on upping that.
You should.
Yeah.
I mean, if Roland is now texting and now he's going to his house. So that's 2 friendship points for Roland that you do not have.
Yeah, I don't need them just because Roland has them, but I mean, I know Ricky well enough, I think, that we could text.
Wait, if you knew the points were on the table, I think you're entitled to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Has he been to your house?
No.
Okay, I gotta have
Nobody
Ricky come
has.
over. I gotta have him come over, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta have some wine there, or whatever drink he's having, and I'll have some snacks.
Roland doesn't allow people in his house because they tend to want to try to open the biohazard buckets that are the big barrels. You know, he's got those big 40-gallon drums all around his place, and you're not supposed to look in there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's decomposing bodies.
Yeah,
No,
and
you
there's
can't.
just women's shoes
Right, yeah.
outside them.
Don't open the fridge!
I
It's a
pissed him.
severed head. Lives in Dahmer's apartment.
No, but I got some snacks and everything for him. So I'm excited.
You're bringing snacks to his place? You're
Yeah.
good. You're a good house guest.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the exclusive one-on-one. I've never interviewed Ricky one-on-one.
I know, I'm scared too.
No, but he's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's his chocolate brioches they just made. It'll be delicious.
Man.
Are you gonna have one?
I already had one.
You got a taste test, right?
I told the guy, put these in one. I need 3 bags. I need 2 bags separate. I call my nervous bags.
I got nervous bags?
Yeah. So when I'm in the cabin, I'm nervous. Open them. I eat it.
So that way you don't have to open his.
Yeah. So
You can stress eat on your own.
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to eat the guest's food when you were stress eating?
Oh, every day.
Have you ever?
What?
Have you ever eaten someone's treats?
Yeah, I have moved, there's like a steak and fries. I got 2 platters. I put the steak in one platter, close it, and eat the fries.
Sometimes you have to improvise a little bit, like, I got you.
I'm sorry, they forgot your fries.
Did they forget them?
No, I ate them. Stress.
You know, Ricky doesn't do a lot of shows. I have a buddy who does radio here in New York, and like, all he does is ask, like, can you just, like, I never ask you favors. Can you just ask if Ricky will do the show? And I've asked Ricky, and Ricky's like, okay. Like, I've let him know, hey, this is an offer. And Ricky, he said cheers to me. As if to say, like, thank you. I'll, if I can work it into the schedule, I'll work it in, and blah, blah, blah. But the food court is coming in.
Is it a good show that you're asking?
Yeah. It's one of the big New York terrestrial shows.
It's Eric Nagel?
It's not, it's Eric Nagel.
Oh, it's terrestrial. Okay.
Yeah, it's a terrestrial show.
You can tell him, listen to the food court, and you can hear him.
The food court's getting him.
Yes.
Good, I like that. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, well, this trip he did Colbert, you guys, and I think that's it.
He doesn't like doing a lot of interviews.
No.
Just with people that he knows that are that he can have a good time with.
Yeah.
So that's you.
Yeah, the food court ran up to the top. So it's a 3.
Right up to the top.
Top 3 shows.
So right now, in your mind, right now, in terms of like kind of media and where everybody's placed.
Well, it's like you guys, Colbert, and then right there.
You put us above Colbert.
He did the Today Show, too.
And then the food court.
So Colbert, Today Show, Jim and Sam, Roland.
Well, Roland just put us above Colbert.
I would.
So it goes Jim and Sam, Colbert, Today Show, because he did Today Show.
Oh, yeah.
Kathleen Hoda.
Oh, Kathleen Hoda? I'll go above them.
You go, okay, so it goes Jim and Sam, Colbert Show.
Yeah.
Roland.
Court,
Yeah.
Kathleen
Hoda.
Yeah.
Hoda!
Yeah.
That's great. Well, congrats, man. Congrats
Thank
on all
you.
the success.
Thank you.
Seems like the food court's kind of blowing up.
Yeah, we're on our way somewhere.
Yeah, you are.
Well, you get interesting guests. And do you do anything in restaurants, like where you actually go to a restaurant?
Yeah, I'll take them wherever they want to go. Like, some chefs will shut down a restaurant, throw down every plate on the menu, and we just eat. We talk.
Do you talk, or do you just eat and then be like, oh, I don't have a show?
I eat, I just mention a topic, they start talking, I'm like, great, I could eat a little bit more without talking.
What will you say? Like, what's the topic you're going to mention to Ricky?
Ricky, probably I'll mention, like, wine, if David Brent, like, talk about what will he eat.
Good question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you now, how much do you think Ricky's wine costs? I imagine he drinks good wine. Is it a $200 bottle of wine?
I mean, he says he drinks it every day, so.
It could be, they probably send him the $500,000 bottle of wines. I would say.
$500,000 bottle?
500 or 1,000.
You just say,
what's the difference
you
between
did say
those?
that they sent him $500,000 bottles of wine.
No, I say like
which is, I mean,
$500,000
for any company to part with $500,000 on a regular basis, it's like, I know you got to hook up celebrities, but the income that a company has to be getting to give a free or multiple free bottles of wine for $500,000 is ridiculous.
Well, I'm sure wherever they go, they offer like free wine glasses, like a glass of wine is like $400.
Do you think they get to take home the glass?
No.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool if they did.
Do you think he has trouble getting a reservation anywhere?
No, not at all.
Would you hook him up if he asked you to help?
I always send when he's in town. I send Jane all the restaurant recommendations.
Would you mind cashing in favors for Ricky?
Yeah. Oh, in a second.
In a second. I know you would.
Because like they'll come to town and say, "Hey, are there any new restaurants that we should look at?" I go, if you're in the mood for Mexican, go here. Italian, go here. For this.
Do they ever ask you what a Mexican is?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
When you say Mexican, do they want up in Shea Stadium? Know what's happening? Wait, what?
Yeah, they play it.
Fuck yeah. You heard what I said? Go on now.
They've played at City Field.
Roland's Food Court is where food goes to jail. Fuck yeah.
Mets play at City Field.
Nah, I know, cuz.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Yeah, no, but that was nice. So yes.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Good luck with that interview.
Thank you.
And please tell him we say hello.
I will.
And mention the whole Jim not getting invited to his house thing.
Yeah.
It needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed they were very accommodating last night and very, very nice seats.
Yes,
and
amazing
great
seats
show.
and accommodating and.
However.
Yeah.
Our text game needs to be upped.
Jim would like to text.
I think it's important.
I think it will happen because he was into when you were saying that you're going overseas. Like, oh, which places? And
he actually really was. Yeah, he was very.
He told you which place in London.
Yeah, it's a small theater. He said it's a great one. But Ricky and I are such different worlds of performing. You know, like when he's going overseas, they sell out. So the promoter's happy to put him wherever he wants. For me, I have to find a certain room. My shows aren't sold out overseas.
I just remembered when I was speaking with Ricky last night, I tried to have a moment of like, yeah, I got some shit going on. Ricky goes like, we were talking about documentaries. He's talking about the wine thing, and I was like, because I watch all those Netflix documentaries, because I'm obsessed with these people who, some of it's the foodie culture, some of it's the wine culture, the coffee culture, like the people who dedicate their lives to these little things that we don't even know are a culture, but they spend years and their entire lives, they're obsessed. It's like some people are with chess. Like these guys are with serving and pouring the right cup of coffee, or, you know, sommeliering or whatever it is. So I watch all these things, and we somehow got into a conversation about that, and I was talking about this and that, and Ricky goes, you know what the one that got me into it, it's the old one, but it's that Donkey Kong documentary. And I was
yeah.
King of Kong. And Ricky was like, yeah. And I go, I know the guy. I know Billy Mitchell. And kind of like, oh. And I figured he'd be like, oh, man, really? He didn't care that I knew him.
No.
He's like, what are you name dropping Billy Mitchell for?
Yeah, the guy who hosts the Golden Globes.
Yeah, what are you doing, Sam? And I was like, yeah, we'll go back to just talking about our favorite
I
scenes.
can get his autograph if you want.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
Yeah, you want to meet him? I can get you a tie like that.
Yeah, I was able to get his phone number because I called his hot sauce business. It's not tough. It's not tough.
That was funny though.
Yeah, we went back to just talking about the documentary.
Yeah, I was happy you did.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable.
Just discussing our favorite scenes. That was a little more comfortable.
Yeah. Do you do another show? I know you're hoping for a little follow-up question.
Right, like, oh yeah, let me tell you something about, like, the history of Sam Roberts and what, well, Ricky, I'll tell you why they call me the last professional broadcaster. That stuff didn't come up, though.
Nope. Not at all.
Nah, he was more interested in talking about stand-up.
Anything.
Yeah, he shifted. He made a tranny joke and then shifted more towards your direction.
Yeah.
You know, which I get. No, I understand. I mean, we had to pump some titties anyway. We had to get some milk out of there anyway, so we had to go. So
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure he was relieved.
Speaking of,
I'm gonna go pump my titties and head out.
yeah, get that titty milk out before you go, Roland. They'll hurt otherwise.
Let us know how it goes.
I will.
And get the skinny on his plate. He probably has a fucking phenomenal apartment.
Should we ask Roland tomorrow about his apartment?
Oh my God, yeah. I'm sure it's great.
I'm
I've
sure
seen
it's amazing,
Instagram
too.
photos. It's
Yeah.
Just take some photos and tell him it's for Jim.
Place.
You know what you should do?
yeah. I want you to Facebook live it.
You know what you should do? Here's what you do. You want to know what a great promotion for food court is? You got to make, an advertisement for it this week, blah, blah, blah. But you need a photo, right?
Yeah.
It's a visual thing that you can post on Instagram and Twitter. Ask Ricky, can I get in your bathtub and do one of the Ricky Gervais bathtub photos like you do where you smush up your face in the tub? And you could do it in Ricky's actual tub. Say, Ricky, would you mind if I stripped nude, jumped in your tub, and did one of the Ricky Gervais bath faces?
And wait for the water to...
Yeah. Don't you think that that's a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have to run the water for 10 seconds.
You're saying that
I could do that
water would rise up quickly? Yep. Yeah.
That would be so funny if you did that.
If you got in Ricky's tub? You should see if you can pull it off. Yeah. How great would it be? Roland felt comfortable. Like the interview went well, and he's like, before I go do like a Ricky bathtub photo, you need to get in your tub? What? Yeah. What do you want to? You get your tub, take a photo. Like you smush up your face.
You know how mad Ricky would be when the tub drained? He sees Roland's back hair in his tub.
I know.
Oh, you clog up his drain within one sitting.
Oh, one sitting. That's why I'm making sure I shit here and empty out everything.
You're not going to shit at his house?
Never.
Smart.
Would you be embarrassed if you had just shit at his house?
I would. Then I'm going to go give him a hug. That's probably the last time we're going to meet.
I hate shitting at people's houses.
Oh, yeah, because I'll JFK the toilet, shit stuck in the bowl. I'll have to scrub it. I'll be panicking.
Oh, JFK the toilet. No, I know. I got the reference.
Yeah, your logs are going back into the left.
It goes everywhere.
Yes. Well, I can't wait to hear how the interview and shitting comes out.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, are you nervous?
Of course.
You are.
I always get nervous for every food court.
But is this one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this one, here's the thing about the food court is that it's like a fun show and everything.
Yeah.
But if you embarrass yourself, you have to call Ricky the next time he's in town to book him on our show.
Yes.
So it's not like you're just like, oh my God, he's never going to do my show again. I don't have to deal with it. You're like, oh my God, now I've made a fool of myself.
Yeah.
Now I have to call him and go hey, Jim and Sam, we'd love to have you back on. You don't remember when I made a fool of myself, do you?
Last time when I got the Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
I was sweating so much in Nashville, I couldn't see. We just sweat. Sweat came down my face.
You sweat yourself blind?
Well,
why?
Yeah, because it was 90 degrees in Nashville, and there's the Kings of Leon. And,
you know when you're driving and there's a downpour and there's zero visibility out the windshield?
Sure.
That was what was going on in front of Roland's eyebrows.
Yeah.
It was just a downpour.
Yeah, because when I was talking to the lead singer,
you had sweat in your eyes.
Yeah, he went, hey partner, over here, because I was looking around.
Oh God.
I was like, oh no.
Do you house sit for Ricky when he's gone? Someone said?
No, I don't house
sit.
sit.
All right. Someone said it on those phone.
I wouldn't have that. I'm too scared.
I'd be glad to house sit for Ricky.
I would do that too.
I'd be depressed and I'd go back to my place afterwards and be like, oh.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm anxious to hear how it turns out.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck, Roland.
Before I forget, I gotta mention, I'm gonna be in Pittsburgh June 30th through July 1st. Tickets are now on sale at the Pittsburgh Improv. Just 2 nights. I used to do 3. I'm only doing 2 nights now.
Ooh.
So, Friday, Saturday, June 30th to July 1st. I'm the worst at plugging my own gigs.
You just did it, though.
No, but since Kenny hasn't been here, he used to put like a little prep sheet in the morning. No, I always forget to plug.
Why don't you just send your dates to the fellas and have them make you a prep
I'll
sheet?
do it for you.
Thank you. I forget. Just my website bio thing. I fucking...
What are you upset
wrong with
about?
your
My stomach hurts.
I thought you seemed exasperated by not plugging.
I haven't shit in a couple of days. I wonder if I'm a little constipated.
It's all the chips you're eating.
Do you think it could be I'm just a little constipated?
Well, if your dinner last night consisted of chips
And Diet
What's that?
Coke.
and Diet Coke.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
What do you mean, I wonder if I'm constipated? You're supposed to shit every day.
I usually do. My shitting is fucking amazing.
Troy, what do you do if you're the shit expert around here, in my opinion?
Yes.
Would you take that title?
Yeah, sure.
What would you have, Jim? How long has it been since you shit, do you think?
I don't think I shit yesterday. It's very abnormal for me. I always shit. My eating's just been a little weird with the travel and stuff.
Did you shit while you were in L.A.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not a lot. It's odd. I'm thinking, like, I haven't shit much in the last few days. Maybe I'm just constipated.
What do you think Jim can do to flush out his system?
They make over-the-counter probiotics. You can take some at night and it works, and then in the morning when
Like
you drink
in pill form?
Yeah, when you drink that cup of coffee, it comes flying out.
Has that been your experience?
Oh yeah, I try to do it regularly. I love shitting.
I do too.
Don't you worry that, like, you can't do it every day? Like, don't you worry you'll become dependent on probiotics and you'll need that to get, like, you know, I'm assuming that could be a worry if you're taking, like, Cialis every time you have sex.
Yep.
At some point, it may become difficult.
Yes, it can.
Yeah, okay. There's an assumption I made. Are you assuming that, Jim?
No, I've just been told by some people.
Right. Right. Mainly the people who are looking at you going, you know what the reason for that might be.
Yep. You know why it's hanging there like a little pig's tail, don't you? Yeah, I'll get magic pills.
I can explain that curlicue for you if you want.
Yeah, it's bad news.
So don't you worry that you're going to have trouble shitting without the help?
I don't do it every day, but like this weekend, I really didn't eat all that healthy, so I get clogged up.
Right.
Take a couple of those at night, and it just comes, no problem.
No. You ever think about doing that?
Yeah, I hear
take
probiotics are good.
Probiotics.
Maybe I'll do an enema.
That's a little extreme, no?
No, I don't feel like I have to shit, though. I feel like it's in my gut.
Well, then you might, have an enema or get somebody to just put something up there.
No, I'd make it messy.
You think so? A lot would come out if you did that.
Yeah.
All your shit, inner desires, everything.
Everything.
Like, yeah.
No,
Secrets.
my asshole's worthless.
Yeah?
No, a nice long finger maybe, but no, that's it. That's where I tap out.
Oh, speaking of worthless and sexual proclivities.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Anthony Weiner. I guess he's not mounting that political comeback after all.
He's finished, man.
He is done ski. Done ski.
It's really, he says he's been sexting since Congress, which was a decade earlier than they thought. But I was reading this story.
A decade earlier. I mean, that had to be in the beginning of sexting.
Well, yeah, whatever he got it, like 99 or 2000, whatever it was.
That's really early. When did you start sexting?
Probably right around there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, whenever I got the ability to text, I started talking dirty.
That was like Nokia phones.
Right, so were you sexting?
With 3 clicks for 1 digit, yeah.
Wow.
Playing Snake and sexting?
Yeah, he's playing, that's what he called it.
Yeah, but this guy look what it's cost him.
He heard everybody talking about playing Snake on their phone, and it took him 2 years to realize there's a game on there.
Yeah, I thought it was a dirty talk.
Yeah.
No, but sometimes I write dirty words. I'm like, turn your phone upside down, and they do, and it says something dirty.
Yeah, nothing.
Like a calculator.
Yeah, but look, boobs. Wait. He got disappointed when he was talking to one of his ladies, and she said she was playing Snake on her phone, and then he found out it was just a game, and he was like, oh.
What are you saying?
I thought you were playing Snake.
It's not true.
No?
No, I don't like that.
No?
No.
What about, like, with penises, I meant?
Oh, yeah, I don't play that stupid phone game.
Oh, I got you. So Anthony Weiner,
you're not a sex addict
at all.
But when you delved into that area and you look at what it's cost this guy,
it's amazing.
You look to yourself and sometimes you look at other people's misery and you feel better. Like, thank God that's not me. And I've done some dumb shit, but first of all, you're married. And the people were ready to forgive him. After the first one,
yes,
your wife would have forgiven you. That would have been if he had just not done it again. And never done it again, he literally he might be mayor right now, or he would still have a viable political career. that would have been long forgotten. They would still mention it once in a while, but if he had literally just moved on from that and said, I got to lay low and I can't do this for a while.
Yeah.
He would have skated. He'd still be married. I mean, that's dope.
That's true. That's the real addiction. The word addiction gets thrown around a lot, especially now with like online addiction, and addiction gets attributed to a lot of things. Real addiction is when you are throwing your life away.
And do you think that's just pure addiction, or there's also got to be like a level of narcissism involved?
Well, they're all tied in together.
I think
but people who don't think sex addiction is a real thing, you get that, oh, come on, it's just, this is what sex addiction is. Doesn't mean you're out committing rapes. It doesn't mean you're out hurting people or drugging them and fucking. He didn't even probably cheat on his wife. But it's like, what will I give up? What am I willing to risk to get that high? And I think that's what he was willing to risk. Everything, and he lost everything.
Travis brings up a good point. I think with addiction, especially sex addiction, it's sex addiction. He's also addicted to power. That's why he's a politician, I think. And with that definitely comes severe narcissism. With that comes all these thoughts of delusions of grandeur, of deciding consequences don't apply to you, of all of this stuff that leads to this, I think.
Because I read that, not to jump ahead, but that his wife's filing for divorce.
Yeah.
As soon as he pled guilty.
And it was originally uncontested, but now they filed contested, which means that he would not sign those papers.
And even now he won't sign the papers?
Right. So they're going to have to go to trial. It's going to cost thousands and tens of thousands of dollars.
So he's still fighting on some level.
And that's just
I
his
think he's
narcissism.
Just worried that
thinking that a registered sex offender is going to be able to get, unsupervised visitation.
Right.
He's insane.
It's never going to happen, especially
No,
since
he'll get it. He will. He's going to do anything with kids. I mean, he's not a pedophile.
But
he is. I mean, that's what the whole thing. He was texting.
He's 15 years old. I'm not saying it's not inappropriate or illegal, but that doesn't make you a pedo. There's a difference.
I mean, I would love to know the definition. I think legally that makes him a pedo.
No, 15 years old does not. Like all those teachers that fuck their teenage students, they're not pedophiles. There is a difference. There's whatever it is.
There's one who did it with 8.
What's that?
I said the story today is she did it with 8 kids.
Yeah, I mean, there's a level. There's people that fuck kids. There's kid fuckers out there. They have a different mentality than Anthony Weiner does.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying, but there's no way he's getting unsupervised visitation rights. They're not
supervised.
He'll get supervised. Yeah, there's no
maybe at first
way, especially since
he's a sex offender.
He's gonna be on the registry, and everybody remembers text message with his fucking boner and his baby right next to him. That fucked him forever. He's not a sympathetic person. Everybody hates him. He keeps fighting when he knows he's lost. He's, there's all the tape.
He just can't believe that he can't control it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it now. Everybody sees this this manic fight for control. He thinks, I'm sure on some level, he's like, you know what?
I'll just ride this out.
Let me ride this out. We live in a different time. Most of people would have thought that Trump couldn't be president. People, look, he's talking about grabbing women by the pussy. All I did was send some texts. Yeah, I'll be on that registry, but I'm going to be able to explain it. I'm a great talker. I'm going to be able to explain what happened.
Let me ask you, are those, because they said that with this 15-year-old, and this is where it gets very, very bad.
Yes.
First of all, she's 15 and you knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some fucking rape fantasies. Look, a lot of women have rape fantasies. A lot of guys have rape fantasies. It's not bad to fantasize about horrific things.
Yeah.
But if you're talking to a girl you know is 15 and you're fantasizing about that, that's fucking awful.
It's really, really bad.
That's really bad to do because you know how old she is.
Right.
And again, I still don't think that makes you a pedo. You are a criminal, though. And he probably is going to go to jail. Like, trying to get naked photos from a 15-year-old is incredibly stupid.
You think there should just be a different word for it? Because pedophile refers to...
thinks of a guy who there's a different type of a predator that fucks children or wants to see nude photos of 8-year-olds.
Right.
Than somebody who talks to a 15-year-old who can... There's an awareness...
Do you think puberty is the difference?
No, because even 13 is fucking... 14 is way too... Like, they're all too young, but I'm saying something to me that makes somebody a pedo. I don't know what that age cutoff is. I wouldn't talk dirty. Literally, if you're under 18, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And even 18 is not even you're probably not going to be able to turn me on, even if you're legally old enough, because your
18 is
mentality is
young.
just not there.
Yeah.
But I would do it. I mean, with 18?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, fucking 1201 on your 18th birthday. I'll fucking. But you can't do it with anyone under. Even though they say 17 is the legal age, fuck that.
Yeah. It says Anthony Weiner was sobbing Friday morning as he admitted to exchanging X-rated messages with a 15-year-old girl. He said, "I have a sickness, but I do not have an excuse." That's what he told a Manhattan federal judge, Loretta Preska. I bet Loretta probably felt really sympathetic for him. He said
the only good thing about it, sorry, Sam, is that he's not out there touching people. Like, that's why I give him a certain amount of leeway, because what he did was really shitty and inappropriate, but he wasn't meeting people. And he wasn't actually cheating. Like, his addiction was just texting and the power of people reaching out to him. And he probably didn't get laid a lot growing up. That's what I'm going to guess. He was probably dorky Anthony.
I think
and
so.
now maybe he's this fucking powerful guy, and that women respond to him means something.
But do you think that eventually it would get there?
I don't know.
Like,
if it's been over
okay,
a
I got away
decade,
with this.
I mean, maybe he's done it, we just don't know it.
Right.
But if it's this pattern and he's just been dirty texting for that long, maybe that's his turn on.
I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't going there. If it was just a texting thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't
mean,
either.
even so, like, you have to punish it as if it would have gone there, because for some people it would have, and you can't, like, discern always. But, I wouldn't be surprised. Just because there's so much evidence of the texting. If there were photos, videos, whatever, of him actually doing something with somebody, we would have seen him. Somebody would have come forward and said, well, I actually hooked up with him. And I haven't read anywhere that people have actually done that.
Yeah. Unless he's been paying somebody.
Yeah, I guess, but
I mean, again, I have no evidence.
He couldn't keep these texts secret. And he just doesn't strike me as a person that is a careful or disciplined person in terms of this stuff.
Some of the names
I don't
he
think
used.
it's about sex.
What was the name?
Right.
T something?
Me neither. T Swizzle?
No, he was using the name T.
Carlos Danger?
No, not Carlos.
Does Carlos Danger have to register as a sex offender?
Yeah.
Or just Anthony Weiner?
That's actually his plan. The way Bruce Jenner killed a woman, and then, or the driver, and then Bruce became Caitlyn, and then they were like, I don't know where Bruce is. I haven't found him. Caitlyn Jenner's different. He's going to be able to be like, look, I know you guys don't want to elect Anthony Weiner for mayor. I wouldn't elect him either. The guy is a sex offender, for crying out loud. Yo soy Carlos Danger. And that's how he'll return. It says, he says, I knew that it was morally wrong. He admitted that in 2016, he started an online relationship with a North Carolina teen who said she was a high school student. After she contacted him online, he must register as a sex offender. He also agreed to forfeit his iPhone as part of the deal.
Which means they're going to go through it?
Yeah, I guess so. If he forfeited it, right? I mean, why? Because it's not like they're like, all right, give us your phone. Now you can't use it. You can just get a new phone. But one would think that means that they're going to be able to go through it, which could be bad. I wonder if Twitter and places like that have to hand over user data, like direct messages and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure they do. It accords with a subpoena? You bet they do.
Right. When it comes to, like, sex crimes and underage stuff.
Someone we subpoena you to do that. Here you go.
Yeah.
All the people that think they have anonymity, you don't, because the way to get through the anonymity is if there's a legal action and a judge subpoenas the information.
Right.
The company may fight it as a standard. They'll write a motion back, and they lose. They'll immediately turn the information over. They give out the IP address or the phone number, and then you have to go to the phone company and go, whose is this? And these companies always give it because a judge says to give it. If a judge asks them for that information, they give it up immediately.
It says he's got to post, I'm assuming he already walked, but he had to post a $150,000 bond, and his sentencing is set for September 8th. What a lousy fucking summer this is going to be for Anthony Weiner.
I don't know if I want to see him go to jail.
What?
I don't know if I want to see that.
You mean because he's been so humiliated in the court of public opinion?
Meaning because he didn't touch anybody. What he did was wrong.
Yeah.
But he's not touching people. I mean, the kid thing is, the 15-year-old girl is bad. That's bad.
Really
Maybe
bad.
6 months in jail.
But I don't see, if he doesn't go to jail, he's not stopping. If he doesn't go to jail, I think that he'll probably just realize that, like, oh,
yeah, maybe you're right.
I was right. I am above it. I'm above punishment. I'm above the law. Let me find some nice new teams.
His life is ruined. Like, literally, he's almost unemployable.
Yeah.
He did it multiple times. It is hard to have mercy for him. He was so fucking stupid so many fucking times.
Yeah.
Your wife is hot, dude. She stayed with you. She's working with Hillary. Literally...
Not only is she hot, she's about to be single.
He literally may have changed the course of American history by jerking off. Because his last thing with which got the laptop confiscated, which got the email thing open, which there are a lot of people that said that Comey investigation, reopening her thing,
that basket
tipped
case,
them.
Comey.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but they are saying that it might have had something to do with why she lost, or it definitely hurt her.
Yeah, it hurt her.
This guy jerking off literally may have helped Trump get elected.
Yeah.
Like, that's how the butterfly, talk about the butterfly effect?
Yep.
Anthony Weiner has had nothing but a cancerous negative effect.
Yeah.
But it's thoughts like that give him that narcissistic personality disorder.
Right. You know, I got Donald Trump elected.
Yeah, but he's so toxic and so bad, and it's everything he doesn't want. And literally, they said the Clinton pressured her to finally file for divorce. Like, Hillary probably said, I can't do anything with you anymore. If you're with a guy who admits, like the cheating thing, in fairness, Hillary probably said, look, I've been there, you can't, they just didn't comment on it. But if it's with an underage person, you have to either walk away or I can't work with you.
I read, and it sort of makes sense that her timing in filing the papers was not like a coincidence.
Of course not.
That as long as she remained Mrs. Weiner, she could claim spousal protection and not take the stand if he went to trial for this. Now that he pled guilty, there is no trial, and she doesn't have to worry about that.
So that explains the answer to your question a week or whenever.
And also she filed the divorce too.
Yeah, you asked about why, Huma was not divorcing this guy. And that actually, I didn't even think of that. But that makes perfect sense that she was staying with him so she didn't have to testify.
But spousal protection, does that work in a criminal case? I guess it does.
Think, yeah. Yeah, it does. And once you get up there, it's like they can ask her anything.
Yep.
So,
what do you think is the purpose? Let me ask Mike in New York. What do you think is the purpose of this? He's saying it means he can't use it for a while. Mike, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Mike,
I want to clarify that when they say that he's got to give up his iPhone, as a sex offender, he's not going to, especially under the charges, he's not going to be allowed to have any smartphones.
What?
He's not going to be allowed to have any tablets. He's going to have his internet monitored
heavily
by a probation officer. And if there's untoward, even if they let him have restricted access to internet, it's a violation of supervised release, and he can go back in for up to 3 years just for that.
Wow. Yeah, so now, okay, thank you very much, Mike.
You get Apple TV?
Oh, that you could probably do, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want them fucking with, like, just don't fuck with my Netflix.
Yeah, I'm sure he could watch any of that stuff, but but again, the prison now and punishment now is a little different, where, you might be lucky if that's the biggest thing. I don't know if he goes to jail for this or not. I'm really curious if anybody out there, any attorneys think so. Maybe because he has reoffended so many times and gotten away with it. Yeah. Like, it's cost you so much. I don't know what was in those text messages, the rape fantasy. I think we read some of it.
Yes.
But how harsh was this rape fantasy? Asking a girl who's 15 for, a bikini shot is very inappropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what he was asking her for.
I can't.
He didn't send dick pictures to her, I don't think.
If I had to guess, I would think that he'll go to jail. Mainly because I just don't see this judge or any judge, especially a female judge, but this judge or any judge, being sympathetic to him.
Well, there's guys that don't go to jail for a lot worse. Like, there's a lot worse people that are not in jail.
Yeah, but there's something...
There's pedophiles that go for a couple of years or go... Yeah, there's a lot of fucking people that do truly creepier shit than this.
But they're not on the front page of the paper all the time.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And that public opinion thing does come back to bite you. It does come back to fuck you up. And I think just the fact that he's been trying to run for office, and he's been on the front page of everything, and he looks like an asshole in his documentary, and all this stuff, I think comes back and could be bad news for him.
Yeah, but I understand this guy so well. Like, I watch him doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I understand the craziness of it, the fucking mania to do it.
The texting specifically?
What the intriguing is, how it probably starts, how a lot of times it will probably start where he knows it's going to go here, but you can convince yourself it's not. No, I'm just talking. Like, I've laid off sexting for a while at times.
Mm-hmm. How does it start?
Just casual talking, and then it's very, you keep giving yourself permission. You keep giving yourself permission to do a little bit more and a little bit more, and it's like the boiling the frog as opposed to throwing him in hot water.
Like, what's the first thing that you're allowed to do to be like, yeah, this is fine? Like, where do you start?
Something flirty. Like, there's been times where I haven't been, I'm like, I'm not going down this road.
Right.
And like, you're supposed to just cut off all these people. But there's people who, and I'll get to your question in a minute, Joe. That's a completely different thing, what you're talking about. You start off where you just start answering a little question. So did you go out, or how was it? Or like, things that I just know the answer to are going to be flirty. I've done that, where I know that I'm doing it. You know what I mean? It's like you just know.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing, but you're lying to yourself.
Absolutely.
And and you're not acknowledging it. You're not saying I'm doing it, but you know you're doing it deep. It's a feeling. It's like when you walk into a room where there's been a fire, and you can smell that there's been a fire, even though there's no evidence of it anymore. You just know. It's like that. It's like that subtle thing where, but Joe, this is totally different. Hold on a second. But,
it's crazy when people, that you can do that to yourself. I've done that to myself plenty of times, where it's like, what you're doing right now, but you'll lie to yourself as it's happening because you want to do it.
Or with girls or whatever like that. Yeah. Although I show more restraint than you'd think. Like, I really do. Most of my perversion in the last few years has literally been text message. More than physically, there's so many times I don't do things because I just don't like the consequences of them. I'm not willing to, or I don't want to do them. But the texting is harder because it's not real when you text.
Well, yeah, what's nice about texting is that your partner can't ask, why is your penis flaccid?
Yeah, you send a picture of someone else's, like, ooh.
Right, and that comes up when you're actually face to face.
I've never done that.
No, I didn't. I mean, you asked them; they would ask you. Why would you go the opposite route?
Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy?
What? Hey, can you hear me?
I can, buddy. Yes.
All right, no. All right, people that threaten the president get in trouble even if they don't act on it.
Yeah.
People that have pornography. Even though it's child pornography, even though they don't act on it, they can get in trouble for that.
Sure.
Because there's a potential that there is a situation, if they let Anthony Weiner go, kind of like fucking a Hilton kid, he's eventually something's going to fucking happen to it. They have to fucking put a stop to it.
Yeah, no, I know, Joe, I know what you mean. And having child porn's that's a different world, dude.
No, I know. I was just using that as an example.
But don't forget,
if people have child pornography on their computer, even though it is illegal in itself, even though they didn't act on it, they probably still get the same. It's like 30 years for having enough child porn on your computer, I've heard, from different cases.
Sure.
And what if they act on, they act on it? It's kind of the same thing, but it's not, but it is.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean, and it's not stupid what you're saying. Having child porn is a tremendous crime just to have it. Threatening the president is a crime. Now, again, I know talking dirty to a 15-year-old is a crime. But to me, like, I don't know. I just don't care if he goes to jail or not. Like, I'm not. If this girl was 11 years old or 13 years old, my attitude about it would be totally different.
Here's the reason the consequences for Anthony Weiner have to be as extreme as if he acted, because if he gets away with it, then everybody in the world is like, wow, hey, I was only talking to her online until somebody acts on it.
That's true.
And they have to put a stop to it.
Yeah. I guess so. Like, he should go maybe 6 months in jail. I don't want to see this.
Well, and they've set the age restrictions, whether depending on your state, it's 17, 18. Like, I understand that, 15 and 8 are different, but you can't, have the scale go up.
I'm only saying, it's not that I'm saying he doesn't deserve it, or I'm going to cry. For some reason, there's other people, I guess I would much rather see go to jail for other crimes. And part of the problem is, too, I get contacted a lot. And it's not usually underage people, it's people who are adults. But when people are contacting you, a lot of times you really don't know who you're talking to. I get trolled all the time.
This isn't trolling.
No. I'm only saying that a lot of times, you get contacted by people you don't know 100%. Is this even a woman? I've gotten contacted by people where I know it's just a fucking guy trying to see if he can get me to talk dirty.
Sometimes Jim gets tricked into talking dirty to women with vaginas.
Yeah, believe me, it bothers me so much.
A betrayal of trust.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's times where I know that they're just I'm actually pretty good at weeding it out.
You are?
Yeah. They always
you're
fuck
the kid
up.
Too. You've got experience.
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you very much, Joe.
You're a grizzled vet when it comes to sexting.
But I'm saying that there are times where in the fantasy you don't know. I almost won't talk dirty until I've confirmed that the person is who I think I'm talking to, and that's where you got to be very careful.
Yeah.
But if he knew, if someone approached me as a high school student, I would not pursue that at all. It wouldn't even be tempting to pursue.
Which is why I think that the jail time has to call into question, because the fact that she said she was a high school student obviously added to it, right? If it
I don't know, man. I don't know what he gets out of it. Maybe the domination,
a divorce,
the power thing. Yeah, he does get, but I don't know if for him it's controlling. You know what I mean?
I think there's got to be. I think that there's so much of it goes back to power and control.
Yeah, I mean, he asked her to dress up in schoolgirl outfits.
Right.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
And being in charge. He's probably the headmaster.
Plus, it's not like I know he didn't touch anyone.
Right.
But I still feel like he could get there because he didn't start with 15-year-olds. You know?
That's a good point. Yeah, maybe.
Sure.
Okay.
Find that what's the next kink? Like, this isn't working for me anymore. Now I got to move and move.
That's where it gets to be a problem.
Pushing and pushing and pushing.
Yeah.
I get that.
That's where it gets to be a problem. Okay, the thing is, maybe upping the ante does mean anything. Rick and Charlotte.
And if you don't nip it in the butt and send him to jail now.
Okay.
I got away with this. Maybe I can get away with this.
Yeah,
precisely.
It is fucked up to do that. Rick, what's up? Hey, buddy.
Yeah, real quick, two things. One, if somebody didn't say this already, they're predicting 21 to 27 months. And one other thing I want to say about what Jimmy says, I'm fascinated by Wiener. I've called before.
Yeah.
You admitted it. You admitted it.
Fucking pecker-eating sock cucker.
He's just like, oh, I'm thinking about wieners right now. I'm so interested in wieners.
Go ahead. Go on, babe. We're just fucking destroying you.
All right. So, Jimmy, you always say whenever Wiener's talked about, you tend to say, hey, he never met those girls. A couple things about that. One, we technically don't know that he never met anybody.
True.
We can make that assumption for a couple of reasons, but for all we know, he's hooked up with underage girls, and then we don't know whether that was his. And even if he didn't, whether that was his real intention. Just because it didn't happen doesn't mean it's basically like Chris Hansen, and the guy says, "I just came here to talk to her."
No, actually,
he would say, "Okay," and let the guy go. We don't really.
I'm not
know.
making. You have to understand. I'm not making excuses for Anthony Weiner.
I'm just gonna get something to eat.
He just wanted to. Just gonna get something to eat.
I'm just gonna get something to eat.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not necessarily like, oh, I hope he goes to jail. I just don't. And it's not that I feel like he's innocent. He's a fucking creep. He's a creep. But after all these years, if his only thing is talking dirty and it's people who contact him, I look at him differently than I look at a guy who's going out and fucking a high school girl. I just look at them as different people. Like his addiction. But maybe you're right. Maybe it is getting progressively worse. And the high, maybe now he needs to talk to someone underage. Maybe now he needs rape fantasies.
Yeah.
Then maybe you're right. Maybe
if you knew the girl too, if you were related to the girl, if you knew the girl, I'm not going to say if that were your daughter, but if you knew her, you'd probably want him to get the electric chair.
And we tend to look at things through our own lens, and Jimmy, that's part of your thing. You like chatting with people for the chatting part. The reality is he may have had full intention of meeting those girls, or for all we know, have met them.
I also
that's my only point. You kind of judge them through your own lens.
I also know I don't know. I think I'm too paranoid. But when I text and stuff, I can only look at, you can only look at these experiences through what your knowledge of them is, through what you've been through.
By the way, based on the activities that you've spent your time doing, you are not too paranoid.
No, but more time, I'm telling you, 90% of the time now, or 80% of the time, I'm literally just texting. And I'm not taking that next step. There's just too many consequences and too many things that can go wrong. And it's like, it's not even fun at that point anymore. Like, I don't want someone to come over and feel shitty. I just don't. I don't want to do something with someone who I know I'm not going to want to see again. I'm just not going to feel right about it. I'm not going to feel right about it. You know what I mean? I can't, it just doesn't feel right. So
Tim's not the one night stand man anymore.
It's not that I can't have one night stand, but
I think you're in the minority. I think a lot of people that are doing what you do want to meet. That's my only point about Weenus. We don't really know his intention. I think you tend to look at it the way you look at it, and that's fully.
No, I do want to meet a lot of times. Don't get me wrong. There's been girls I see or I've seen, but I'm just saying a lot of times I do get just the intrigue of it is the high. But again, if a girl says she's in high school and you want to talk to her about rape fantasies, that's really fucked up.
He needs to go to jail.
Yeah,
he needs it. He needs
Thank you, Rick.
to be punished. He spent a lot of time getting away with a lot and knowing the system and pushing forward and everything. He needs to be sent to jail. He needs to be severely and harshly punished to the fullest extent, because otherwise he's just going to continue to do terrible things.
I wonder how much he'll get. They're calling for, I mean, he could have faced 10 years, but they're going to ask for 21 to 27 months, which is almost 2 years. So let's say he gets 24 months in jail. How much will he do a year? How much will he do?
He better do at least a year in jail. He better do at least a year. I think he should be in prison, be in jail legitimately 3 to 5 years.
Really?
Yes. He needs it. He needs to go to jail.
He is an asshole.
I understand that there are people who are worse than him.
A lot worse.
You can't put people. I mean, you can't take the worst and say like, well, if he didn't get that, then he like. I'm just thinking about Anthony Weiner. He badly needs to.
He knew she was 15.
He knew she was 15. There is no. He lost his job. He lost his wife. He lost his family. He got thrown out of public office multiple times. He's been humiliated on television. He looks like an asshole on the cover of the New York papers every day. Nothing stops him. He's got to go. He's got to go to jail.
Yeah, well, he's going to. He's going to go to jail. But then again, like you look at guys like fucking Hilton. He never goes to jail.
And
I guess look what happens, right? But he's going to kill someone.
Right.
He's going to drive and kill somebody.
Yeah, but he's Conrad motherfucking Hilton.
That is a good point.
That's true. And he did get raped by police. So,
did you like when he said that, Travis?
Oh, God. What an asshole.
He's such an asshole.
He is, right?
Speaking of assholes and the cops, how about the Times Square driver? Really mucked up traffic for a lot of us.
Yeah, what a fucking and you know, he said something, and again, you get happy that you're not living that life. Like now, he was on Angel Dust or whatever, and then the next, he says he doesn't remember it, and he may not remember it.
PCP.
You know, you mentioned people having traffic messed up for them.
Which, I mean, by the way, I'm joking, obviously.
Eric was quick to point out that it took him 2 hours to get to work on that day.
Really?
Yes.
E-Rock complained about the traffic?
On his Instagram.
No, he killed somebody and injured 22 people. It's not about the traffic.
That took him 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
I felt so bad for that fucking family they're visiting. The teen, she's 18. She goes out with her sister. And this fucking scumbag, like, he just kills this 18-year-old girl, and her sister's got a broken leg, and her fucking insides are all fucked up. This is terrible, man.
I felt so bad for that family, the Nagel family, who, like, you know, Eric was late for work. Like, oh, man, just tragedy all over the place.
There he is sitting in traffic with a hoagie in each pocket.
Mayo just melting through his slacks.
Was that before he knew what happened, though?
I don't.
No, because he mentioned what happened. Right there.
Okay,
and I know exactly where this guy did it. We all know where this guy did it, and it really is fucking like everyone has seen. Have you ever seen traffic and wanted to drive through people? Have you ever wanted to, like, I'm not saying you're going to do it. We've all had that crazy thought of running people down because you're angry at the world. For me, it was usually when I would succeed. You get that crazy thought, and then it's
That's
like,
unhealthy.
But I mean, it's rare
when
that
I
it comes.
Succeed, I'd like want to share it with the world.
Well, when it eventually happens, you will.
The world.
But you don't do it because you're just, you know, it's a crazy thought. But you put PCP in that and depression.
Oof. He did a lot more, though. I mean, if you look at the tape, I want to read it. I don't click out of this because I want to read this. But if you look at the tape, he drove into the crowd, turned around, and started driving through them. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
We've seen It's Eric Nagel from It's Eric Nagel.
Eric Radio.
His Instagram is over a dozen hurt. I love, by the way, how, like, dramatic this is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is from the official Instagram of It's Eric Nagel. Over a dozen hurt. Period. 1 dead. Period.
Yeah.
And then all of
hashtag Times Square.
All of hashtag Times Square closed in hashtag NYC. Oh, and here is where it really stings. 2+ hours just to get to work. Give him the death penalty. Oh my God. You got a fatality, 22 injuries, and a boy who's late to work.
Death penalty.
I know who's late often.
He's late all the time.
Boy, who's late to work again.
And I'm unclear, out of those three things, why he wants the death penalty. Which one of those things?
It's not exactly mentioned in what order he ranks the three. Over a dozen hurt, because I don't know, maybe it's because the doesn't hurt is first. Some people would argue that the death is more severe.
Much more significant, but he didn't know how to. He wanted over a dozen hurt, one dead. Like you said, there's periods,
and then maybe he wanted to bury the lead. You know what I mean?
I think you might be right.
Then you wanted to bury the lead and say, but that's not all. Wait till you hear this. Times Square hashtag. Times Square is closed in hashtag.
Why did he hashtag Times Square?
Well, he hashtagged NYC too.
Why didn't he just write in Times Square?
Because that way people click on, oh, what's going on in hashtag Times Square? Yeah. Ooh, look at this.
Someone's trying to get a little buzz for himself.
Yeah, pithy commentary like this is only going to be found on It's Eric Nagel. Late for work. 2+ hours just to get to work? I'm just a guy who wants to get to work, and terrorists are making me 2 hours late.
Meanwhile, yeah, but he's got to go through the tunnel, which is always crowded.
Yeah,
has he ever been late before?
What? I don't even think he's ever been on time.
You think he's burying the lead?
I think he's burying the lead. I think in his mind he wanted to give the guy the death penalty because he was 2 hours late for work. Yeah. Because of some asshole who's driving on PCP.
You think he felt like he needed to put over a dozen hurt and one dead in his late to work complaint?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's not going to sit there and not acknowledge these terrible things that also happen.
He's not an asshole.
No. Terrible things happen to multiple people, including him.
Do you think he cared more about being late than the dead and hurt?
He was, yeah. That's what got him, got him white knuckling. That's what got him so mad. He's like, it's been 2 fucking hours. It's been 2 fucking hours. I guess people are dead too. Let me Instagram this. I love it.
There's other ways to get into work.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have parked in Jersey and just taken the train over. He could have, guys, this happened around noon, so he could have gone down to the Holland and come around.
I mean, you could have
parked somewhere.
Yeah, park in Jersey and just take the train over.
You could have parked on 35th and walk, right? Like you could have parked away from Times Square and just walked to work. Like. And tonight, tragic news as some people were as late as 2 hours getting into work, trying to get through this scene of fatality and injury. Jan, what can you tell us about the tardiness that some people experience getting to work?
We have Eric Nagel here, who is known for, who's normally on time for work. What happened? Today it took me 2+ hours and I was really late. How long does it usually take you? Close to 2+ hours and I'm normally late.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody was injured or killed, but 2 hours is ridiculous. Can we give this guy the death penalty?
Oh, boy.
So they're saying, why would he? Just tragedy after tragedy.
Really is. One who did it and one who should.
Thursday was a sad day for the It's Eric Nagel Instagram. So the name of the photo?
What's that? Oh yeah, one who did it and one who should, yeah.
Eric posted his photo with Chris Cornell. It just wrote hashtag R.I.P. Chris Cornell. And then he did the give the guy the death penalty because I was 2 hours late going to work. Oh, what a sweet boy.
I love Eric.
He's the best.
I do love Eric Nagel.
I love his thought process.
Yep.
I could honestly sit down and talk to that guy for hours about his thought process. It's just fascinating.
I enjoy having dinner with Eric. I haven't seen him in a while.
Do you?
I actually miss him. Yeah, I miss him a lot.
I would love to have him in here. Just interview him. Just talk about, like, what's on your mind right now, dude? That was my favorite part about doing the after show. When I'd just be like, hey, Eric, what are you passionate about? Like, just ask him questions like that. Just to get to the bottom of what's going on in that head of his.
Chip should have him on the podcast.
I think it's a good idea.
I do too. I wonder if he'd do it.
He did Ant's show.
Took me forever to get here.
With Sandy Kane, he hated every second.
Did he?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Sandy Kane just like...
Wait, what happened?
Sandy Kane took all the attention, didn't she?
On now.
Yeah, like all the attention.
She tends to do that.
Oh, no, he didn't like that.
No. So, this Times Square driver, so the guy on Thursday, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning, noon, something like that. He goes through this busy part of Times Square. He's driving, and real quickly, he's just in traffic. I watched it was horrendous.
Yeah.
Did you watch the traffic cam footage?
It's a couple different cameras put together or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I watched too. And he's in traffic, and then all of a sudden, he just veers out of traffic, hits a group of people, and then U-turns and just starts driving down the sidewalk.
Right. Now that's where it's closed off to it's pedestrians only, or is that
that's sidewalk?
Oh, it is the sidewalk.
Because you can see the road right next to it.
Right.
And I mean, and he mowed down. I can't believe only one person died.
Wow.
There's some vicious hits.
Oh, did he just run over her leg? Poor. Seeing somebody get hit by a car and then run over is just so upsetting.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fucking piece of shit.
So he says, the first story to come out was that he was mentally troubled, and the first thing I read was that he was trying to commit suicide by cop.
Yep.
And then he was doing this, and then he was trying to get the cops to shoot him. Now, he's saying that he doesn't remember what happened. He's
that might be true.
Yeah, I believe him.
He might actually not remember.
I guess he was a veteran, or he served. He did something in the military.
He was never overseas. Oh my God! Do you know? By the way, sorry, Sam. When he finally crashes there and he hits that it looked like one of those giant potted plants. There was a lot more people he would have hit if he would have gotten through. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Because how do you stop him? But yeah, he had served.
Then he gets out. How'd they stop him? A bunch of people just jumped on him?
I think two people, one guy who worked for one of those bus tour places, and then some other guy who was in Times Square, jumped on him.
Good.
And then the cops came. And then Eric was late for work.
Oh. But right there, but then again, you don't know what happened when
He says he went to a veterans center. That's why I thought he was a veteran. He says he went to a mental health counselor at a local veterans center, and he was trying to get help. And I guess he'd gone there at some point. They said, we'll call you on Monday. And they just never called him.
That's probably true.
Right. And so he's trying to say he never got help. His memory of the attack went blank. They're saying they're going to drug test him. He's saying he was smoking weed, and that the thought is that the weed could have been laced with PCP.
You know if it's laced with PCP.
Right. Of course you do.
I have eggs with PCP sometimes. It gets me through the show.
But just sprinkle it over your eggs. But it's supposed to burn when it's going into your lungs or something, right?
I don't know. I've never done it.
It tastes metallic.
It does, right? Fuck yeah! I never did it.
Isn't that what Denzel Washington has Ethan Hawke do in Training Day?
Maybe, yeah.
I didn't know you like to get wet. What? You just smoke PCP. I love that movie.
I never got dusted. That's what we used to call it. And
dusted?
That's what you'd call it in high school. Is getting dusted. You get dusted.
You never got dusted?
No.
You got dusted, Troy?
In high school, yeah.
But that's a common expression back then, right?
Oh yeah, the Beastie Boys rapped about getting dusted.
What does it do?
It makes you out of your mind.
And it makes you a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And you don't feel pain. Like, those cops hate arresting people. Like, when no cop goes, oh great, I get to arrest someone on angel dust. No cop is happy, because at times they've broken handcuffs, because you probably don't care if you break your own wrist. You don't.
Yeah, they'll shoot people on dust and they won't go down.
Yeah.
He said that,
I guess it pushes adrenaline or whatever it does, but wow.
Yeah, he said he had just had a normal morning. He had a sandwich. He wanted to clear his head. He told my mom he was just going to go around. So he's hanging out with his mom. He's eating a sandwich. He goes out. He just mows down a bunch of people.
He listened to that crazy voice. We've all had it. And it's like Cornell. There's that one time where you just listen.
Yeah.
You listen, you don't listen, and one time you just listen.
He's
you
20.
Just I wonder if he's looking like, I still can't believe I did it.
I'm sure he is. That's what it sounds like. Like he's crying.
I believe his regret. Because
he's 26, by the way.
26, yeah, he's more regretful for himself.
Yeah.
But to know that you hit some fucking 18-year-old girl, and you killed her, and you hurt her sister, and you hurt all these people.
And that's never going away.
It's never going to change, and you can't wake up from it.
Not only can you not wake up from it, but I
finally did it. I finally did it. I really did do it, and it won't go away.
But it's not just, I was thinking about this, it's not just something that
you did that won't go away, it is going to define you for the rest of your life.
And you're in prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah. You will never, that one thing that you did in that one fleeting moment is defined. Now everything that came before and after doesn't matter anymore. This is what defines your life.
The only shot he would have ever had getting out of jail, when he jumped out of that car, if he would have started screaming, they're after me, and if he was having a psychotic episode where he thought he was being chased, but, but then again, what if you know what? If he did PCP and was high and drunk, that's like drunk driving, maybe he never would have got out of jail. I don't know.
Because they might have just thought that it was the PCP doing it.
And they would have been probably right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're generally like fucking mentally ill and you just barrel through people because you know, they might just put you in a crazy hospital.
Yeah, and they might have, as he's saying, I was trying to get help, I couldn't get help. They might have been able to figure that out. But the fact that he was on PCP is like...
It is a shame, though, that when you reach out to get help, like as much as I've criticized mental illness and the narcissism of it, when a guy is trying to get help, and he's been in the military, and it's like one thing about if someone joins the military, and you're not getting back to them immediately for mental health issues, it's like that fucks you up sometimes going into the military.
Sure,
it fucks you up.
Of course.
And I think the least we can do, instead of all this fucking yammering about patriotism and all this shit about thanks for your service. You want to thank someone for their service? How about you give them all of the benefits that they're promised? You give them the best health benefits. And I'm not saying this guy's a victim. This guy's a fucking piece of shit.
But just generally.
But in general, how about you make sure they're taken care of? Yeah. How about we stop with the fucking thanks for your service and just make sure all of them get amazing the health care they're supposed to get and mental health care too. Like that I think would be a lot more valuable than constantly the fake salutes or you can board the plane first. How about they get all the benefits they're supposed to get?
Right. How about, yeah.
That to me is just doing it, not just yapping about it, not making ourselves feel better like, boy, we're making up for Vietnam the way we fucked the soldiers and we're saying such lovely things to them now.
Let's all worry about, hey, I don't like Colin Kaepernick because he doesn't stand for the pledge. You know, people fought for our right to buy,
No.
That's where you're concerned.
Colin Kaepernick is doing exactly what he should do because they fought for his right to do that.
Yes.
So all those people you're not giving mental health shit to, whether they meant to or not, were fighting for this guy's right to be an asshole and not stand for the flag.
Now, all that said, I'm going to put this statement out there. I'm not a doctor, but I would give advice to anybody that's got any kind of mental illness issues and anybody that knows anybody with mental illness issues, do not do PCP.
No, it doesn't help.
Right. It won't help.
No calming effect.
I know a lot of people say that like PCP will generally even things out. To my understanding, it will not. Troy, when you did PCP, did you feel evened out?
No, I felt out of my mind.
Okay. See, there you go.
How many times did you do it?
About like 3 times.
Oh man, you were dusty.
Yeah. It's a fucked up drug.
And I just made that up. But getting dusted was one.
I believe it's formaldehyde.
Yeah, I thought so, right?
Yeah.
Huh. It's not natural?
No.
It doesn't grow from the ground?
And Dan in Ohio is right about veterans.
Well, I don't know what Dan's saying.
Well, that's why I'm bringing him on. Danny! Hold on a second.
Jimmy!
Hold on a second.
Oh, boy.
Ohio phone call alert. Go on now.
What's that have to do with Ohio?
What's up, Dad?
I don't know what just happened there.
No.
So what are you saying?
That shit happens all the time. And, 2 things. If you get, say you get a dishonorably discharged, like you come back from war and you're all fucked up and say you punch a general, you get dishonorably discharged, you lose all your fucking benefits.
Oh. Was he dishonorably discharged, this guy?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, just because you were saying shit like that happens, then,
But when people are dishonorably discharged, a lot of times it's because they're kind of fucked up in the head, right?
Yeah, I understand losing your benefits. Like, you can't not serve in the military. No. And, I mean, I get that penalty.
Well, but, I mean, they're so strong. I knew a guy, he was a drill instructor, and no shit, he cheated on his wife and got dishonorably discharged, got locked up in the military in the brig. Like, there's some shit that just, they go a little...
That's crazy.
Yeah.
To lose your benefits... If you have mental health, you should never lose your mental health benefits because it helps the rest of the country if you're being taken care of mentally.
Yes.
Right. But then I have a buddy who I deployed with him. He got out. He got hooked on drugs, went to his local VA, told him he wanted to get clean. He wanted to get help. He wanted to be checked in, because he was going crazy. And the doctors told him, no, you're fine, go home. And he went home, went on Facebook, said how much the VA doesn't give a fuck, why should I, and killed himself.
Yeah, Facebook Live is a great place for suicide lately, man. People just keep going there and doing horrible shit on Facebook Live. But it really is, I mean, look, some people are going to fall through the cracks. You're not going to be able to save everybody because they're going to make decisions.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still, when you hear enough people who are in the military complaining about not getting treated right or having a problem or having to wait way longer than that, and it's like, really, do people in Congress have to wait for their health benefits?
Exactly.
These cunts. It drives me crazy. These fucking, because they're the ones who wear the flag pins and they have all this fucking fake patriotism, and yet people who actually did the dirty work are not getting what they're supposed to get.
Even though people are always going to fall through the cracks, you want to know that you did everything possible. You know what I mean? That everything that could have been done was done.
Like what I do for the military is I'm an inspiration.
To do what?
Thank you very much,
what
Dan.
Type of an inspiration?
I'm what they fight for.
What are you talking about? Oh, because you exercise your freedom of speech?
Yes, I'm the guy they're fighting for.
Right. Do you ever think that what they're fighting for is a weasel with a heightened sense of importance?
I would prefer it not be phrased that way. I don't think that's Travis. Comment?
I mean, I'm with Sam.
Okay.
I don't think weasel with a heightened sense of importance. It makes me sound very wormy and insignificant.
What about maybe for the next special? Weasel with a heightened sense of
how about this? Wormy and insignificant.
I like that.
That's a funny title.
It's a great title. And it's fitting.
Fuck. Well, no, hold on.
Wormy and insignificant.
I have to come up with a tour title to digress for a moment. I don't have one. I have a name for the show in Montreal, but I'm not doing. That's not my tour title, so I'm just.
Can you tell us what it is?
Oh, it's just Far From Delightful was just a name they came up with.
Okay.
But that's not going to be the tour. I have to name the tour. And wormy and insignificant.
Wormy and insignificant is good. I like it. Yeah.
Insignificant.
Because you could like you could make a T-shirt with an illustrated drawing of like a worm that looks like you getting the shit kicked out of him or something. Like a worm that looks like Jim Norton and people throwing rocks at him.
Well, I don't know if that would be.
Wouldn't you wear that T-shirt, Travis?
Absolutely.
If there was a cartoon,
I would even buy it. I wouldn't even ask for it.
I wouldn't ask for a freebie.
You'd like to wear a worm with my face on it, having like salt poured on it or things thrown at it?
Just like, here's what it'd be. It'd be almost like childlike, and it'd be a cartoon.
Yay.
That's right. It would be a cartoon of, you could even have your characters. So it's a cartoon of a worm, and the face is animated obviously to look like Jim's face, and maybe he's got like a Sabbath t-shirt on or something. And then there's all these kids around the worm, and they're all Jim's characters. Chip is there, and Uncle Paul is there, and all these people are there.
And Edgar.
But
Sudley.
And Eugene. But they're all throwing rocks at the worm. Like
Seeley.
I don't know who Seeley is.
I haven't done him on the radio. There's the Sushi Kid.
What?
Sushi Kid was one.
What does the Sushi Kid do?
He just talked about sushi a lot.
Like, how does he sound like?
Sushi.
No. What does he say about sushi?
Loves it. I stopped doing it years ago.
Good.
You don't like him?
No.
We should stop. I wish you would stop doing the Jim Norton character years ago.
He basically has.
Yeah. Jim doesn't exist anymore.
But all of them together, all around, throwing rocks and shit at this worm that looks like Jim. I would wear that T-shirt.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I know what's gonna happen on Twitter now is they're gonna start to poke fun at my appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say...
Matter of fact, let's do a contest for the show.
Guys, how about this? No. Edgar Teft devastated that he was late for work.
Edgar Teft did a good, very funny Photoshop of Iraq.
That is a Photoshop,
of Iraq late to work. He just sent it to @Jim and Sam Show on Twitter.
Doesn't look like it's the scale.
Yeah. So let's do a contest. Whoever can draw the best animated photo of Jim as a worm, and maybe all of his characters throwing rocks and shit and kicking him, and like really making him seem insignificant because he's a worm.
Yeah.
You guys will get a big prize.
What prize? going to watch it. You contesting rules on radio, you got to be very careful.
Well, the prize will be
the recognition.
You'll get recognition.
You get the recognition.
And Jim's feelings might be hurt.
Yeah, that's not a good prize. Who wants to hurt my feelings by paint? Guys, hey, on Twitter, I'm saying it, Liz.
Yeah.
You're not permitted to mock my appearance in a wormy fashion.
I like it.
That makes me laugh. Someone's been doing these chip ones it's with the podcast one with the chip with the hat, and they're putting chip in these. I fucking laugh every
those are great.
time.
You know where I find
all these? Sorry, Sam. All these things of us, these mockeries, and some of them are really nasty. They really make me laugh.
Yeah, the ones that I really laugh at are the ones that are like just slightly askewed, so that people will think that we really look like shit. Like they'll move my hair back just a little bit further, so my forehead is really exaggerated.
Yeah, it looks good.
And thank you. And add like way more like, line, like crow's feet to my eyes and stuff, and just type something like, "Oh man, Sam, you don't look well today." And then people
I know
respond
that stuff
to it
is
like,
so funny.
"Oh, didn't he used to look young and stuff?" And I'm like,
I've seen a couple that actually got me. I'm like, "Oh my god, I look fat," and they're like, "Oh, that's that dumb Jim Travolta making me look fatter."
Somebody swapped Jim's head with Rose's
Twice
head.
they've done that.
Couldn't tell a difference.
It looks perfect.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you think.
Yeah, I know.
You're a pretty lady, Jim. You're
Thank
a
you
pretty,
very
pretty
much.
lady.
She's awesome.
What a pretty girl Jim is.
Thank you.
Should we take a break?
Oh, yeah, but Emma in California has a question for us, Sam, and I think we should, before we break, do this.
Go to California.
Go on now. Talk at us.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Hi, Amber.
Amber.
Stop making my phone go off.
So stupid.
Go ahead.
I actually can't listen to you guys because I don't have Sirius, but I listen to you guys every day on YouTube.
Okay. Well, thanks.
What was that?
Thank you.
I was wondering if you could help me with my husband.
Sure.
Yeah.
A while ago, you guys were talking about, like, sexting and, like, phone sex and all that, and I know that Sam has, I guess, he has issues with not doing that with his wife.
Yeah.
Well, they're not issues. I just don't.
He doesn't do it.
Sex with my wife.
Yeah.
All that often.
Well, my husband, I try to do stuff with him like that, and he doesn't do it.
He might be not. What do you send? What's something you'll send to him?
Like say he'll be downstairs working, and I'll text him and I say, "God, my pussy is so wet." And he'll
that's
be like,
hot.
"Yeah, it better be." And then that'll be it.
What? It better be. Yuck. Oh no, he's awful at it.
No, you have to. It has to be.
It better be.
That's really bad.
But then, does he put an exclamation point? Like, first of all, I would never say it better be. Like, you're upstairs, your pussy doesn't have to be wet.
Yeah.
It better be. And then tell me another one.
I'm trying to think. He's probably going to hear this show and know it's me.
Yeah, of course he's going to. It'll help him out.
Yeah, he really should, because this is like, it's disgraceful. This is guys who sit there and they're like, "Oh man, I don't know why my wife is cheating on me." That you did it to yourself. That's exactly why.
How long you married?
Well, he wouldn't cheat on me and I wouldn't cheat on him, but.
How long you married?
We've been married for 1.5 years, but we've been together for almost 7 years.
He might not think he's good at it. Sometimes people here's the biggest thing with talking
Bashful.
dirty. Guys or women, I've had a lot. The biggest fear people have sexually is that they're going to look stupid. We're going to embarrass ourselves. I get that all the time. People are like, I'm like, if you're being honest and you're just kind of speaking from the heart a little bit and just exploring, you're not going to look stupid just saying what you like.
Especially if it's somebody that you've been with for 7 years.
But that's a chip response. Say what you tweeted, what you texted again.
I said my pussy's so wet.
It better be.
Yeah, that really is a chip response.
I think we talked about it. What was that?
Does he go up there and lick it right after?
Well, sometimes he'll come upstairs, or if I send him a message, he'll eventually come upstairs and kind of play around a little bit, and then we'll really go at it. But
okay.
He did mention that he's not really good at doing the whole role playing and texting each other back. So I heard him out on that one, but I feel like it'd be more exciting if you did.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't like it too. So that's not for everyone, Amber. You may need a comedian friend to do that with.
You
I wouldn't mind. I don't think he'd mind either.
Oh my God, I'm going to step out of this conversation.
Well, maybe not. Hold on a second. Hold on now, girl.
This is getting.
God.
I'm a good dirty texter.
It's getting really bad.
I was hoping Sam would definitely be able to give me some advice.
Give her some advice.
I think that like whenever I have sent dirty texts or
what's
dirty,
one that you would send?
I don't know what on earth I would possibly send, but if I were to, the idea of not responding or responding like that is so bad. You have to do dirty talk like when you're having sex.
Sometimes.
You really have to find out what he likes because he likes something that he's not telling you about because he's embarrassed by it. So you have to find out, like, you have to, any sort of like, you can't make anything sexually seem weird or gross or anything. You have to find out what the secret thing is that he likes because there is something that he likes that he's not.
I've tried. I've asked. I said, what is the one thing that you've always dreamed about and wanted to do? And he'd always be like, well, there's nothing really as long as I have, I have the vagina in front of me.
He's more of a tactile guy. He likes the feeling of it.
Do you know what kind of porn he watches?
He does watch. Actually, it's just kind of like just girls and guys. Like,
he's a basic guy. He's a meat and potatoes guy. You're better off with that.
He's a boring
guy,
schlub.
Yeah, but that, you know what? At least that guy can enjoy sex. So
I guess, but she's not enjoying sex because it's just the basics. At some point,
I do enjoy the sex.
If you're going to be in a relationship, like you have to, at some point, do things like it can't just be the same thing over and over and over and over and over again until the end of time. Like there has to be some kind of thing. There's got to be something.
He does mix it up at times when he just wants to just grab me and just go for it.
You like that, right?
And I do like when he does that. Yeah.
Was he always like this, even in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was.
Does he when he grabs you like that? Does he like it better, or is it just something that he's doing?
I think he likes it better because he does start to talk a little dirtier, and he does get a little bit more aggressive.
What will he say to you when he's talking dirty?
It's going to kill me.
No, I don't know who he is. We don't know him.
He listens to the show every day.
Yeah, but we don't know him.
Yeah,
we don't know him.
We're about to make his life better.
We're trying to help.
Yeah.
Like, what will he say? Something. Like, hey, get over here. I want to fill your shit house up with pud juice.
No. He'll grab my ass and tell me to bring my fat ass over to him.
That's hot.
Okay.
I love to tell a girl she has a fat ass. Any girl who, by the way, if you have a chubby ass, use the words fat ass. It's so visceral and sexy to read that. Like, you want to grab my fat ass? It's like, oh, I do.
Do you tell him he's got a big dick?
Yeah, I tell him it's really thick.
Is it?
Yeah.
Be honest.
It is.
Okay,
it is.
all right. I want to know if you were just saying it or not.
Do you have a fat ass?
Yes, I do.
Nice big fat lump. Oh, that's great.
You got. I mean, I would. Do you talk about it?
I've gotten too far with that though. You got to watch it when you say fat ass.
Oh, like to the point where a woman just feels fat?
Yeah, I'll say, like, give me your ass, you gluttonous pig.
I think, you gotta, does he like it when you talk about his dick?
I don't know, I can't really tell.
Oh my God, this guy.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like, I mean, that's definitely probably a confidence booster for him. I mean, he knows that he has a big dick. So.
You have to start, but no, it's not enough to just know it. You gotta talk about it a lot. You should talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
You have to here's what you have to do. What I would do if I were you. Just keep coming up with things to talk about. Just keep throwing shit at him in the room because you're together, you're married, you're whatever. Like it's gonna be forever. So just keep throwing out. Talk about his dick a whole bunch. Talk about whatever it is. Jim likes it when girls talk about other guys that they've been with. Maybe try that once and see it. Just see.
Not gonna like it.
Well, see and be like, I don't know. I thought you might like it. Like just try everything in the book, because he might not even know what he likes, and see if something sticks. Because even like Troy just wrote, some men just aren't that sexual, and that's true. But I believe that even men that aren't terribly sexual, there is something.
So there's one thing.
There's something that gets him, and he might not even know what that is yet. But I would just keep coming up with stuff, because I think you sound like you're a very sexual person. So just keep coming up with stuff.
You'll hit it sooner or later.
Until you hit that thing that makes him go fucking crazy.
Yeah, showing up with your girlfriend would work.
Yeah, would you do a threesome?
No, we've talked about it, but I think in the end we would both be like, why the fuck are we doing this shit?
He would not.
No, he wouldn't.
He would absolutely
He would not look down and go, oh, why are two ladies sucking my dick together?
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. And that's what I mean. He seems like a nice guy, and he probably is a little shy about sex stuff, and he doesn't want to say anything that's going to offend you.
He's embarrassed by his big dumb dick, like his big gift.
Yeah.
He's embarrassed by it, like, oh, gee. Like his big stupid dick that's always in the way.
Right. There are, if Jess brought any one of her friends, even the ones I don't like, if she brought any of her friends home with her and be like, you know.
Men?
Not men. No, I'm not talking about men. I'm talking about lady friends. Home with her. And they were like, oh, we're out having some drinks, and I don't know, we just thought this might be fun. Every single time I'd be like, that's a terrific idea. That's a great idea. All of her friends that are ladies.
Wow.
I'd probably be a little
Which one of her friends do you want to fuck?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, let's just say that's the one. If you had to pick one that you'd want to, like, suck.
Any of them. All.
All right, cool.
Any and all. I'm non-discriminatory about it.
I respect that.
Yes.
I respect that. All right, well, thank you, Amber. You really got us all juiced up over here. There's not a soft pecker in this room. Thank you.
Troy, are you hard?
Oh, yeah.
What? Travis, are you hard?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Travis keeps standing up so I could see it in the Travis cam.
I'm not
smacking the camera with it.
I didn't realize everybody was erect. I know.
Dude.
They were just having a conversation, but okay. Yeah, just throw everything you can at him and think about bringing somebody else into the equation just to see.
We're not going to have time to break. We have to end the show soon.
No, we should break.
Should we?
Yeah, you have a read to do.
You'll
have more time.
The boss told you what to do.
All right, let's take a break. By the way, Clown Clownerson, the new Chip podcast is ridiculous. It's up. And I'm going to be in Pittsburgh June 30th through July 1st. And then August, I think it's the 5th, the Borgata, 2 shows. Thank you. Oh, Montreal we're going to, too.
Montreal in
Did we
July?
announce that?
No, I don't know.
Let's plug early tomorrow, too, so people who are still driving can hear on the East Coast. I'm so stupid. I plug at 10:30.
And you know who we got coming in tomorrow?
Who?
Cool Keith.
Ah.
That'll be fun. We'll be right back after this.
We come back to wrap up this fine radio show. Sorry about that. The last one, we just talked for a long time. We didn't take many breaks today.
What are you sorry for? We just did an amazing show.
Because I'm just saying that we're coming back only for a couple of minutes. It really is fun and easy to do. Radio's just easy to chat. It's a fun gig. And I'm leaving Wednesday. I'm doing Wednesday's show. And then Sam will be here by himself Thursday. Wait, no.
What?
Oh.
What?
And then we're going to be off next week.
Yes.
We'll take that. But that was a pre-planned week a long time ago, a vacation, a little break. You know, we like to let the staff know when there's going to be a vacation so they can plan their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And
recharge the batteries.
Well, whatever. Yeah, I'll be overseas in fucking Europe doing my...
I'll be underseas scuba diving.
Fuck yeah!
Thanks.
Are you going scuba diving?
No, I would never go scuba diving.
Why?
No, absolutely not. It is stupid.
That might be fun to do.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah. Did you see that seal dragging that girl into the water?
We should talk about that tomorrow when we got time.
Yeah.
I did.
That was pretty amazing.
I got some thoughts on that.
I wouldn't have helped her.
No, me neither. Did you see?
Would you jump in and help your son?
Oh yeah, I mean if it's your kid, yeah, I would help it if it were if it were getting dragged into the water.
What is this? Me and you and too much starch in the sheets. Why you have me and Sam in there like we're a couple of gay boys?
Well, I'm holding a dildo. That's
is that what that is?
That's not from the original photo.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't.
The photoshopped is me and you together.
No, that dildo wasn't in the original. I don't think.
Sure it was.
I'd love.
Did they pull it out of your mouth and put it in your hand?
No, no, it wasn't there either. Did you see the Billy Bush interview?
I know, but I read basically what he said.
He's trying to make the big comeback.
Yeah. I don't think he should be in. What he did was stupid. I mean, he's like, come on.
He didn't even do anything. Like,
the whole hug thing is what got him. Like, he sold out a coworker. I get it. But.
Yeah, but it was years ago, and it was like so much worse has happened from everybody since then. Plus, Donald Trump. Once Donald Trump got to be the president, it's like, all right, let Billy Bush go.
Yeah,
poor Billy Bush.
Yeah,
that's kind of what you get, though. You know, if you want to be that guy who's on spotless TV, who's just the vanilla, like, hey, it's me, you know, Mr. Mainstream appeal, you got to be spotless. You have to be spotless.
But they were kind of phony to fire him after they knew about that tape. Like,
they were. He said he watched the tape 3 days before it aired. And then he said when it finally did air, he didn't know it was going to air anywhere. But when he knew it could be coming, and so he had an apology ready, but he didn't know it was coming. And when it did, he was on an airplane. And so he had Wi-Fi on the plane, but he said it was like just as they were taking off. So it was just 6 hours of being stuck on this plane while this whole thing just blew the fuck up. We're talking about the grab her by the pussy tape, of course.
Yeah.
And then he had to explain it to his daughters. His daughters heard him say that. I'm like, why'd you say that? And I mean, he's trying to put across this idea that
an 11-year-old tape in a lewd conversation. Can we stop being such fucking twats?
It's not that big of a deal.
God almighty.
He's saying that, you know, he was a new host, right? Because he was only at Access Hollywood for a year, he said, and he was just trying to kind of people please and go along with whatever anybody was saying. So his example was like when Ben Affleck was on the show, he would become an expert on Boston sports. And so I guess when Donald Trump is on the show, he's like, yeah, let's grab them all by the pussy. Good timing.
Jim, Sam, it's your 67th warning. By the way, if there's any single ladies out there, I just had a major heart attack. I need some caring. My spondula needs to be yanked now. I mean, the medication tries to keep it down. My dick is always ready to be shoved down your throat, whores. So what? Just gonna come by and fucking crank and a yanker. Girls, you can find me at Twitter, Facebook, in your mom's vagina. You can find me wherever the hell you want. Just rig me, and you know what? You'll have a good taste in sponduli in your mouth.
He doesn't even say what his name is.
No, good taste in sponduli?
Did he say, hey, girls, if you want to meet me, you can find me in your mom's vagina?
Yeah.
That's the least charming thing I've ever heard.
No.
Well, if you want to hear even less charming than that, be listening tomorrow when we'll be back alongside Cool Keith, my old pal.
Yep, and please continue to check us out and support us. And I know you're all loving the new Chip podcast, and go to JimNorton.com for some tour dates for Pittsburgh and for the Borgata and Montreal. I'm happy we're going up to Montreal this year. Sam and I are doing 2 live shows. One in July, and Travis is coming, and Troy is coming.
Right. We're getting poutine for the boys.
Yeah. We have a full, really fun time up there.
Poutine sucks.
It stinks. When are we doing our shows? 27th of July, 28th?
The end of July. Whatever the end of that last week is.
I don't know, whatever it is. But,
all right.
All right, listen, we'll see you tomorrow. See you later, alligators.
Oh, you suck.
All right, see you tomorrow, guys.
This has been Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.